in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's time to give the home team the advantage. For all your homeowner needs, turn to the Beaver Home Team. WaFd Bank is your local business, providing outstanding service for your local home banking needs. You can count on WaFd Bank to help you score big for your banking needs. Check out osubeavers.com/home team to see what the Beaver Home Team can do for you. Go local and go Beavs.
On the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
On the way, and it is good!
Beaver football is on the air.
Juggles and hauls it in! It's a catch, stays on his feet, and is in. Touchdown, Beavers!
Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go win the deck. One, two, three, go Beavs!
Beaver football is brought to you by Pacific Source Health Plans. Doing what's right, not just what's required. Pacific Source, membersfirst.com. And by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
OSUIPEAVERS.
Now with a call of the game, here's Mike Parker and Jim Wilson.
So nice to be with you. I may invoke one of my favorite songs from Gallery back in the early 70s. It is nice to be with you on a beautiful Saturday evening at Reser Stadium in Corvallis, the 129th season of Oregon State football, a few minutes away from kicking off. The Beavers and California Golden Bears, Mike Parker, Jim Wilson, and Ron Callan. Jimmy and I will be returning in a moment to talk about the Holland America matchup and significant games in the 88-year history between the two schools. It actually goes back to their first meeting in Berkeley in 1905. Jim and I will return in a moment for that feature. Tonight's game is sponsored by On Point Community Credit Union. On Point has been proudly supporting Oregon State athletics for over a decade. On Point Community Credit Union, people are the point. And so grateful to be back with two of my favorite people in this world, Big Jim Wilson, and on the sideline, Ron Callan. Ron, you get a feel for the atmosphere. The fans are beginning to come in. It'll be short of a sellout, it would appear, but it looks like the enthusiasm beginning to ramp up for this opener.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it's pretty electric down here in the field, especially with the light show they've got going on right now. What a beautiful evening. You look off to the west as the Beavers are going to come out of the locker room any minute, guys, and we'll have Gary Patterson, the white hat. He's going to flip the coin, but what a beautiful night down here, and I can't wait to hear the matchup from you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ron, and he references to the west. It is, I just stepped out for a moment, look across to Mary's Peak, a spectacular sunset we are being blessed with tonight. We can't see it from our vantage point as we look out at the field as the Beavers take the field, getting ready for year two in the Trent Bray era, and a lot of excitement and anticipation for this one. And Jim, it is an interesting series through the years. Our matchup history presented by Holland America Line. Discover cruise deals at hollandamerica.com. We enjoy this feature because we each kind of take a little different look at it. What did you bring with you tonight on the Holland America matchup?
The Beavers and Cal have played a ton of games, but the one classic, the 2007, I'm not going to go. I think I've done that a couple of times before in this feature. The game I wanted to feature happened right here. It was 1999, and first-year coach Dennis Erickson's team used a 41-yard touchdown catch by Roddy Tompkins. They also had two defensive scores. They beat Cal 17-7, and they ran their season record to 6-3. Now, at the time, it was an 11-game season, and that clinched a winning season for Oregon State and snapped that 28-year streak that, they snapped a 28-year streak. And that to me, I remember that game. I remember them winning and the significance of that win and clinching the winning season.
And, Jimmy, I can see it right down below me in my mind's eye. Our vantage point's a little different here in the beautiful new Reser Stadium and the new side over here on the west side. But Tavita Moala scooping up a fumble and taking it to the house down here to our left in front of where Valley Football Center continues to sit. a touchdown that clinched the game and put the Beavers up 17-7. Tavita Moala, the late, great Tavita Moala, with one of the big plays in Beaver football history to clinch that win and the winning season. Discover Alaska with Holland America Line, a proud partner of OSU Athletics. See more glaciers in Alaska with Holland America than any other cruise line. Book your Alaska vacation today at hollandamerica.com. And Jimmy, I remember then too the incredible contrasts of games with the great Aaron Rodgers for Cal. His worst game as a quarterback statistically in his life. 9 for 34, 52 yards and an interception when the Beavers went down to Berkeley in 03 and won. 35-21, Steven Jackson rushing for 227. Let's send it down to Ron for the coin flip.
Let's see this group of Beaver captains shaking hands with the Cal captains, and Gary Patterson's going to take command here, guys, with the coin
All right,
toss.
Cal, you're the visitor. Different call the toss. We have a heads and we have tails. What's your call going to be? Heads. It's called heads. It is tails. You've won the toss. Oregon State has won the toss, deferred their option to the second half. You want the football? Yes, sir. Which way you want to kick? Turn your back here.
All right, guys, the Beavers are going to kick away from Valley. They won the toss. They're deferring, as you heard. And, hey, we're just about ready for 2025 college football here in Corvallis.
Hey, Ronnie, you mentioned earlier winds with our temperature in the low 70s now at kickoff, about 73 degrees. Are the winds a factor blowing in their usual manner towards where the Beavers will be kicking?
Yeah, I'm standing right out here by the logo, and there's very little wind right now.
Okay, thank you, Ronnie. We'll be hearing from Ron off and on throughout the evening, patrolling the sidelines again. Mike Parker with Big Jim Wilson. I will say this, Aaron Rodgers came back impressively the following year here and then went on to do okay for himself. But the 9 for 34 for 52 yards for me, Jim, still stands out. I'll never forget those numbers because that's what that Beaver defense did to the great Aaron Rodgers in Berkeley. The following year, he came in here, threw 3 touchdowns to a kid named Chase Lyman, and Cal won 49-7. But then the Beavers went to Berkeley and won in 05. They went to Berkeley and won in 07. They went to Berkeley and won in 09. It was kind of the yin and yang at home in the 2000s for the Beavers playing well in Berkeley, not so well against the Golden Bears here for a couple of years stretch. But Aaron Rodgers, part of the rich history against Oregon State in this stadium and elsewhere. And there are a lot of memories that come to mind when it's the Beavers and Cal. Mitch Canham on the field, getting some love on Beaver Vision down to our right as we take a look on what is a partly cloudy and gorgeous evening for football. Jimmy, the Beavers will go on defense first, so let's talk about the Beavers on the defensive side of the ball. Trent Bray closed my pregame conversation with him when I asked him about his comfort level in year 2, and he said, yeah, it's much higher than it was a year ago, because I got my hands back on the defense, essentially is what he said. Let's take a look at some of his starters on the defensive side.
I think the key is the length and strength of some of the guys on the back end. You start looking at the 3 safeties Oregon State has, Jaheim Patterson, 6'3", Skylar Thomas, 6'3", Tyrese Ivey, 6'2". Over the years, there was this complaint about more length in the back end, and the Beavers have that now. Inside linebackers, I think, a very strong position with Foster and Davis. And then on the edge, we saw Takari Hickle warming up. He's wearing number 44. Looks like he's going to get a lot of run today. So I without just kind of looking over the top, I think it's not so much the players. I think the players are better. The personnel is better position by position than it was a year ago. But I think it's the scheme and the coaching that is going to make the biggest difference on that side of the ball.
We are about to kick off year 2, the final year of independence before the revamped Pac-12. The student section is alive. Reser Stadium coming to life as the kick is away to Jacob DeJesus, a dangerous returner. Brings it from a yard out, comes across the 20 to the 25, and the Beavers get DeJesus down at the 27-yard line. Jimmy, he is dangerous. We'll be calling his name again throughout the evening, but the Beavers get down with Zach Card and Jaheim Patterson in coverage, and we're underway.
Yes, Jacob DeJesus. Actually, when you're punting or even kicking, if you can keep it away from it, that'd be a little good idea, because he was a guy, we saw him last year. He was with UNLV, but we'll see him from from the offensive set from a slot position.
1st and 10 for Cal, moving right to left, starting at the 27 with JKS, Jaron in the shotgun. And a first down run play out to the 31-yard line, a pickup of about 4. The running back, Brandon High Jr., getting the start and the first carry. Gain of 4, they'll call it. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Golden Bears at their own 31. JoJo Johnson comes in for Thomas Collins. Trey Glasper, Jimmy, is the starting left corner, a true freshman. Trey Glasper with Jaleel Tucker, the right corner. On 2nd and 6, a handoff to High, picks his way through nicely. Tripped up by Skylar Thomas, just short of the first down, a gain of about 3. Good tackle by Skylar at the ankles to prevent a first down. It's 3rd and 1, and Cal going at tempo. Coordinator Brian Harsin calling the plays. Hands off does JKS on 3rd and 1, and JoJo Johnson in the backfield. A tackle for a loss at the 36. A loss of about a half yard, leaving California with 4th and a long one, and an early decision for Justin Wilcox. And Jimmy, the Beaver defense looks as though they're going to get off the field. 4th down and a long yard, and a tremendous tackle by JoJo Johnson.
And that's the thing about Trent Bray's defense. And Trent Bray didn't make the play, JoJo Johnson did. But he wants those defensive linemen to get vertical, get in the backfield. We didn't see that much last year. And here on a 3rd and 1, JoJo gets through and makes contact probably 2 yards deep in the backfield.
Brock Honoré is the punter for California. A 3 and out for the Beaver defense. The Beavs may have a substitution penalty. Jim, you were saying, oh my gosh, as Honoré's punt is a short one, landing at the Beaver 20 and coming back upfield to about the 28. You do not see a flag, but you were saying, oh my gosh, as the snap was being made. There's no
late
flag.
Substitution. 14 came on.
Okay, here we go.
Substitution.
Yep,
Defense,
illegal substitution against the Beavers.
Yeah, number 7 didn't get off the field. The Beavers should have called
down.
timeout because there was no way with that substitution, Mike, no chance that number 7 was going to get a chance to get off the field. He wasn't going to be able to do it. And so when the ball was snapped, the Beavers had that 12th player on the field.
So it's an first down via penalty after the Beaver defense had pitched a 3 and out to open the 2025 season. Some confusion in the special teams. And Ron Callan, you heard it or saw the aftermath, it sounds like.
Well, the aftermath is Trent Bray very unhappy. Not happy at all. Very frustrated.
Well, he ought to be. And the Beavers, with an administrative penalty, as Gary used to call them, gives Cal a first down when the Golden Bears were going to punt after a 3 and out. Now, Jaron goes for his first pass as a California Golden Bear, and he hits Tron Grizel for a catch in front of the Cal sideline at the Oregon State 24, and Grizel on a nice catch gets up and yells in the face of Jaleel Tucker and points first down. I thought he could have been, maybe even should have been flagged for that, but he's not. And it's a huge gain to the Oregon State 24 on Sango Patele's first pass as a Golden Bear. Now he slings it out to the left side to the running back, Brandon High Jr., who takes it to the Oregon State 19 for a pickup of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Jim, that's just a gut punch to start out with a 3 and out and then get a penalty on an illegal substitution.
Yeah, and then a good play by Tron Grizel. It was just a jump ball. I thought the coverage was good, but Grizel is 6'3", and he is their lone returning starter on that offense.
2nd down and 5 at the Oregon State 19. The handoff to Brandon High Jr. The Beavers try to spread him out, and they do, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Skylar Thomas in on the play, along with a guy that is making his Oregon State debut, Tajay Mullix, and they wrestle him down for no gain, leaving the Golden Bears with a 3rd and 5 at the Beaver 19, the first drive of the 2025 season. The Beavers appeared to have Cal off the field, but an illegal participation penalty on 4th down gave Cal the yardage for the first. The Golden Bears now with a 3rd and 5 at the Beaver 19. In motion goes Kendrick Raphael. Out of the shotgun goes JKS. He's flush, rolls left, looks to the sideline, caught for a touchdown for California. Mason Minnie, the tight end, and Cal takes the initial lead with 11:23 to go in the first quarter. 6-0. The disastrous penalty on special teams cost the Beavers a touchdown on the games in the 2025 season's first possession. Cal takes it in.
That's the thing you always talk about. Look at this. We got Cal. We're gonna get some tomfoolery here before they may or may not kick the extra point. So, Mike, let's see what they do.
California will come back and bring the formation back into a conventional style for the point after try to be made by Chase Meyer. And California takes advantage of the extra life and scores on the first drive led by the five-star freshman phenom, Jaron Kiabe-Sangapolatele.
He made a heck of a throw, Mike,
because
he had a lot of time, and his tight end Mason Minnie was guarded, but what he did, he just threw him open. He threw it to the open spot to the inside of the field, and Minnie was able to just see it, go get it, and it was just a great play by the quarterback.
California, with the point after try from Meyer, takes the initial lead. 11:23 to go in the first quarter at Reser Stadium. California 7, the Beavers nothing. Cal's kickoff coming up on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
Whether it's game night or family night, Main Street Bistro's rich and savory selection of refrigerated side dishes makes it easy to serve restaurant-inspired meals any night of the week. Try pairing your favorite entree with our creamy, delicious twice-baked potatoes, fully baked and made with real whole milk and sharp cheddar cheese for a memorable meal that's sure to win the hearts of everyone at the table. Find Main Street Bistro sides in your grocer's meat department.
Whether you're cleaning up to host a backyard game day party or just powering through your fall projects, you can count on the performance of Stihl. From blowers to chainsaws, Stihl tools are built to go the distance. With legendary quality and real dealer support, you'll find the right tool and the right team for every job. Stihl, proud supporter of your Oregon State Beavers.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
A very disappointing start for the Beavers defensively after what appeared to be a great win. The first 3 plays of the 2025 season for the defense resulted in Cal going into punt formation on a 3-and-out. JoJo Johnson with a tackle for loss to put Cal into a 4th and a long one. Justin Wilcox chose to punt it away, and the Beavers had an illegal participation penalty just as Honore was about to get the kick away. The Beavers were guilty. There was no doubt. I heard my broadcast partner Jim Wilson uttering it quietly, "Oh my gosh." And maybe even stronger language than that. The penalty flag came out, and instead of having the football, Jim, Cal took the football at the next play, hit a 35-yarder, and finished the drive and lead at 7-0.
And one of the things is it's a true freshman quarterback, and literally he went 3-and-out. He's supposed to be on the sideline, still hasn't thrown a pass. He's 0 for 0, but because of the penalty, he went 3 for 3 for 59 yards and a touchdown. Getting his rhythm and kind of almost sort of breaking him in a little bit. And it's unfortunate, but here comes Oregon State on offense.
A lose-lose no matter how you look at it, but the Beavers have a chance to respond. Abram Murray approaches the football and a high kick, not deep at all, and the Beavers will settle for the touchback. The catch made at the 20-yard line by Chase Caulfield, one of the upmen, and the Beavers will have the football 1st and 10 at the 25, down 7-0 with 11:23 to go in the first quarter. And the Malik Murphy era, the 7th consecutive quarterback in the last 7 years to start on opening day. Murphy 7th in line behind, and we'll go through the names as we go, but the transfer from Duke threw for just under 3,000 yards last year, went 9-3 as a starter, started 2 games at Texas, went 2-0. Not a great start here for the Beavers on offense with a hard low snap that Murphy fumbles and falls upon. at the 21. So Jimmy,
first game.
Inauspicious start.
Yeah, first. Hey, left guard for Oregon State, Dylan Sikorsky, number 56. Of course, Ryan Berger was listed as the starter. Sikorsky has been working his way back, but Sikorsky draws the start here tonight.
Van Bam Wells over the ball at center, who has virtually the only significant experience for the Beavers in this defensive front. The Beavers with a second down and 14 from their own 21, trailing early 7-0. Shotgun snap and a slant is incomplete and almost intercepted. The pass was intended for David Wells Jr. and Cade Ulawave nearly on the ball going in and out of the hands of David Wells Jr. Nearly picked it off. Now the Beavers are at a 3rd and 14.
I thought it was a catchable football. I also thought Ulawave was being very physical but made a play on the ball, but it was a catchable ball that turned, because of the defender, into a near interception.
The Beavers will go with a slot right on 3rd and 14. Taz Reddick's inside of Trent Sauce Walker. David Wells Jr. split left to the boundary. 3rd and 14 for the Beavers at their own 21. Van Wells with a shotgun snap to Malik. A pretty good pocket. Let's fly, and he's bumped into, and no flag comes out. Incomplete. Taz Reddick's the intended receiver, and Cal got away with a bump just as Reddick's was making his break. The fans, you can hear, are booing the non-call. Trent Bray's not too happy about it either, but getting away with some pretty good contact was the safety, Isaiah Crosby. And for the Beavers, it is a 3 and out, but it's 4th down and 14 with A.J. Windsor into punt.
And the aforementioned Jacob DeJesus, the very dangerous punt returner. I thought that was a contact before the ball got there, Mike.
A.J. Windsor gets a nice punt away with a slight breeze at his back. DeJesus calls for the fair catch and makes it at his own 33, and a flag comes out, and I think the Beavers are going to be hit for another penalty on special teams, Jimmy.
It might be all the way back here at the 25-yard line of Oregon State, where Nathan Elu and number 19 for California were kind of just tied up. I'm not sure who the guilty party in that case would have been. That's Odera Okaka.
Here's Gary Patterson.
Holding, number 17.
Ooh,
return
nice.
team.
Nice for the Beavers in that the penalty is against California for a hold. Mike, any idea what's wrong with the referee's mic? We're not hearing him. You got it now? Okay. Mike Shacker making the adjustment, as we all are attempting to do in the year 2025. The football, after the penalty for holding, takes Cal back to its own 23. The Bears leading 7-0. 10:22 to go in the first quarter. Jaron Kiave Sangapolatele comes under his center. And the two tight ends shift from the right side of the formation to the left. Play action fake. JKS to throw, and he's got a man wide open on the drag route, and it's caught for another first down. Good throw again by JKS, who's 4 for 4, and the Golden Bears leading 7-0 get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry after another nice hit, this one from the 23 to Landon Morris. On first down, the handoff goes to Kendrick to High, and the Beavers are able to get Kendrick Raphael, down at the Oregon State 44-yard line, but it's a gain of 7, and Cal going quickly. Brian Harsin has some nice rhythm going here, Jimmy, and the Beavers down 7-0, trying to rise up and make a play before this one gets out of hand early, just in terms of how Cal is moving. The early return's not good. Handoff goes to Raphael, and he gets to the Oregon State 42-yard line. A pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Let's send it down to Ron Callan.
While this is going on between plays, Malik Murphy just spent quite a bit of time on the phone to the coaches upstairs. Couldn't hear it, but looked like a serious chat.
3rd down and 1 for Cal at the Beaver 42, and a first down on the handoff to Raphael. He was hit in the hole initially by Dexter Foster, but was able to plow through the contact and get to the Beaver 40 for a first down.
Guys, going back to that, the pass by Murphy, as Ron mentioned, Malik, I thought he threw a heck of a ball. You know, that's the thing that just was disappointing, is that I thought he laid it in just right to his receiver. This is Oregon State taking their time as Cal did substitute.
Tsonga Politele with split backs will throw to his left halfback out of the backfield, and it's caught by Jacob De Jesus, who lined up. He's a wide receiver, but lined up in the backfield, makes the catch on the left sideline and gets 8 yards to the Beaver 32. Second and a short 2. Cal in front, 7-0, and on the move again.
I'm really liking the scheme by California. I mean, it really has Oregon State sort of guessing as De Jesus slipped out into the flat, and really nobody was home in that left flat.
And a lot of versatility here early in that they go from split backs to an empty set, with JKS taking the shotgun snap with 5 wides and firing down the right sideline, caught for a touchdown for California. Tron Grizel down the right sideline puts Cal up 13-0 with 7:56 to go in the first quarter.
Boy, you talk about a perfect start if you're Cal for that freshman quarterback. 6 for 6, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's twice that I felt like the Beaver defensive back was in position, but just unable to make a play on the football.
7:56 to go in the quarter, and California with a 2-touchdown lead. Chase Meyer in to attempt the PAT, and Chase drives it through. So, an ominous start to 2025. A lot of football still to play, but the Beavers are going to try to figure some things out here, make some adjustments as we take a break. California has looked very good on both sides of the ball, and the Golden Bears with an early 2-touchdown lead. 7:56 to go in the first quarter at Reser Stadium. California 14, the Beavers nothing. Back with a Cal kickoff after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Beaver Nation, your game day starts at the OSU Beaver Store. We are your nonprofit store started by Beavs, for Beavs, and for over 100 years, we have been giving back to help OSU students succeed in the form of textbook discounts. So when you rep that hoodie or wave that flag or gift that mug, you support our nonprofit mission. Shop the campus store, Kaiser Station, or online at osubeaverstore.com. The OSU Beaver Store, where game day begins and student success takes the win. Go Beavs!
Hey Beaver Nation, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Oregon State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Oregon State Beavers. Let's go Beavers! SeatGeek.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon. With expert technicians and quality parts, we are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Well now, back at Reser Stadium, 7:56 to go in our first quarter. California 14, the Beavers nothing. Before we send it down to Ron Callan for a sideline report, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station ID. This is Beaver football from Learfield. (14-0) California. Let's send it down to Ron.
Guys, I think a lot of the fans, especially the students, are kind of shell-shocked about what's happened early in this. If you look at this crowd, I'll tell you what, the student turnout is amazing considering this is still August and school doesn't start for, what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Indeed. And we'll see if the fans can help give the team that certainly has been punched in the mouth. Jimmy, everybody is... the great Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Well, they've been punched a couple of times and are down 2 scores, not even halfway through the first quarter. So that's a tough way to start. any game or any season. We'll see how the Beavers can respond because, Jimmy, the other thing to keep in mind, a lot of football to play. We've seen 14-0 deficits eradicated many times through the years.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you'd think is, hey, we've got to get some pressure on this quarterback, but Cal's done a great job of spreading Oregon State out and making that very difficult.
Abram Murray kicks the football away. Again, it's Bryce Caulfield backing up to make the fair catch, and the Beavers will go to work 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. I will say, Jim, just watching Cal take the field and the bodies that they have, the personnel, they look the part. I mean, they are big and strong and experienced defensively. So, yeah, 14-0 deficits can be eradicated, but it's not going to be easy against that group.
Yeah, that's the problem, is Cal's strength is their defense. Not supposed to be offense, it's their defense.
So far, so good on offense, too, and particularly the true freshman kid throwing for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. On 1st down, play action fake. Over the middle, Trent Sauce Walker, the catch at midfield, breaks out of a tackle and ahead to the California 44-yard line. And that's a good start. And, Jim, that ball was well delivered, but perhaps as important, the pocket was clean. A good job by the O-line off of play action. 1st down, Beavers into Cal territory.
There's no question in Murphy's ability to throw the football. You give him time like that, he will have a lot of success.
31 yards, Malik Murphy to Trent Walker. 1st and 10, Beavers at the 44 of the Golden Bears, moving left to right from the left hash, down 14-0. Anthony Hankerson's first carry of the new year. And Hank over right guard, a short pickup to the California 42. It'll be 2nd down and 8. That offensive line, Jim, it's good to see Dylan Sikorsky back. Still awaiting the return of Tyler Volton. But Sikorsky was a bit of an unknown going in, and Ryan Berger had been listed at the left guard. But Sikorsky does have some starting experience. He's at left guard. Van Wells over the ball at center. Nathan Elu at right guard. Jacob Strand left tackle. Tyler Morano at right tackle. On 2nd down and 8, handoff to Hankerson. Shakes one tackle in the backfield. Tries to reverse his field and loses yardage back to the California 45. A loss of 3, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd down and 11, down 14-0.
Well, there was a time where it was Anthony Hankerson and 5 Cal Bears, and there was really nowhere to go. He actually broke the first tackle, but that just put him in to battle the next 4 defensive players.
14-0 Golden Bears. Bryce Caulfield, the tight end on the left. The Beavers with trips to the right with Reddix, Wells, and Trent Walker. Out of the shotgun works Malik Murphy. Backpedals and throws a screen pass, and Hankerson breaks a tackle, stays on his feet inside the 40, down to the California 38-yard line, and that gives the Beavers an opportunity to go for it here, Jimmy, I would think, on 4th down. Had the tackle been made initially, the Beavers probably have the punting unit out, but now on 4th down and about 4, they have a shot to pick up a first.
Yeah, if the score wasn't 14-0, I think they might play it a little differently, but you're playing in the game that you're in, and they're down 14-0 early. They need something good to happen.
Good job by Hank on the screen pass to get the Beavers into a position to go for it. 4th and 4 at the California 38. Caulfield in motion through the formation. Settles in at left wing. Malik Murphy out of the gun to throw and fires incomplete. The pass was intended for Taz Reddix. Good coverage by Luke Forelli, a freshman redshirt linebacker, and the Beavers turn it over on downs. 14-0 Cal, and after a 31-yard hit from Malik Murphy to Trent Walker, the Beavers sputter, and California will have the football in good field position when we return. 5:04 to go in the first quarter. California 14, the Beavers nothing. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Beaver football is on the air.
Go Beavs.
On the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Cheering the Beavs to victory just isn't the same when you're not at the game. Experience the action live in Corvallis. From the Beaver Walk to tailgating traditions at Reser Stadium. But don't stop there. Extend your stay in beautiful Corvallis, where you'll find everything from a hop and craft brewery scene to wineries and great local eats. It's easy to plan your trip at visitcorvallis.com. So book all your home game weekends today and don't miss a beat of Beaver football fun. Visit Corvallis. Come for the game, stay to play.
Hey, Beaver Nation! Looking to bring your brand to life? Infinity Images has the solutions to transform your ideas into 3D visual experiences. From large-scale digital printing to custom fabrication to installation and delivery, Infinity Images has the state-of-the-art equipment and a team of experts who can deliver. If you can think of it, we can build it. Visit InfinityImages.com to learn more. InfinityImages.com.
Beaver football is brought to you by Pacific Source Health Plans. With health plans for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles, Pacific Source does what's right, not just what's required. And by Day Wireless, when you need to rent communications equipment, call Day Wireless, the Beaver's choice for renting radios, push-to-talk phones, and satellite phones. Find out more at daywirelessrentals.com. 5:04 to go in the first quarter. California leading the Beavers 14-0. Let's send it back to the sideline to Ron Callan.
Great to see Mike Cavanaugh back with the offensive line. Right now he's sitting down next to Van Wells, and they're looking at the video from the iPads, guys, to try to figure out what's going on with pass protection, run blocking, and now he's getting out the old green board and he's writing up something. So it's Mike Cavanaugh doing his thing.
It is great to have Cav back. The comfort level that Trent Bray has with one of the best position coaches in Oregon State history, and Mike Cavanaugh, is well known and well documented. To have Cav back, Jimmy, is a gigantic thing, particularly to lose Kyle DeVan after just one season, and to get Cav back was gigantic, and he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Certainly does. That's an experienced defensive unit. They've got guys that have been around, and the linebackers behind them, very good football players. At this point, I think the pass pro has been suitable. It's the run blocking, where the Beavers have -6 yards rushing.
Trey Glasper at one corner, and Cy Vindra Wally has been moved out at left cornerback. Tyrese Ivey Jr., Skylar Thomas at safeties, along with Jaheim Patterson. JKS is 6 for 6, tries to go 7 for 7, and accomplishes that with a pass into the left flat. Tyrese Ivey Jr. is in position to throw Jordan King out of bounds. But another good pickup, and the kid, the true freshman 5-star out of Hawaii, breaking all of the high school state records in Hawaii of Mariota and Tua and Dylan Gabriel and others, is looking the part. A gain of 7. He's 7 for 7, Jimmy.
Yeah, and great scheme. Again, Jordan King came in motion all the way across the formation, just had the defender outflanked.
On 2nd down and 3, he fakes the run, does JKS, and throws it to his tight end, Mason Minnie, who makes the catch and has a first down to the Beaver 45-yard line. Brian Harsin early, Jim, looks like a tremendous addition for Justin Wilcox in the offensive side of things. Justin's always had a salty defense. Harsin, a well-known, went 61-5 as a coordinator with Chris Peterson at Boise State. They've got some good stuff working early.
Wilcox has been through offensive coordinators. He's coached 8 seasons. This is his 9th, and he's had 5 different offensive coordinators. Maybe Harsin's the one that sticks.
1st and 10 at the Beaver 45. A toss to the left side to High, and the Beavers are on it early with Cy Vindra-Wally III making the tackle after a gain of 3 to the Beaver 42. 2nd and 7, 3:38 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Cal.
In essence, just a toss to the left, but Cal had a little wrinkle with 2 players going back the other way, as if it was a reverse. But Oregon State played it well.
Tajay Mullock's part of this personnel package defensively for the Beavers. Shamar Meikle at left end. On 2nd down and 7, Grizel the catch on the sideline. A short pickup inside the Beaver 49 to the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and probably 4-down country for a team up 14-0. 3rd down and 3 for the Golden Bears at the Oregon State 37-yard line. JKS. He's earned that. Mike Pulaski said we won't call him JKS until he does something. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Kiavisanga Politelli with the Beavers showing blitz, and the play clock, still plenty of time on it, down to 7 and 6, with Cal appearing to be changing the play. They end up in a bunch formation to the field side, and now California will take a timeout with the play clock counting down to about 0.
There's a couple things there. A lot of shifts, a lot of movement, but I think if that ball got snapped, even in time, I think there might have been a penalty, because after everybody shifts, everybody has to be set for a count, and then the running back moved again. And I think if they snap the ball, it's a motion penalty. Good timeout from the sideline.
Save time and shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, your exclusive grocery partner of Oregon State Athletics. 3rd down and 3 from the Oregon State 38. The Beavers, it feels like a lifetime ago, opened the 2025 season with a 3 and out, or so it appeared. But they weren't out. A penalty on 4th down when Cal was punting changed the complexion of the game dramatically. The Golden Bears with a 2-touchdown lead, looking at 3rd and 3 and probably 4-down country if the Beavers get a stop here. Out of shotgun goes JKS. His pass tipped at the line of scrimmage by Thomas Collins, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 3. The Beavers still have work to do, Jim. A decision here for Brian Harsin and California, but they're almost certainly going to go. Thomas Collins with a big-time play, giving the Beavers a chance to inject life into themselves and this crowd on this Saturday night right here.
Well, one thing that Brian Harsin has proven, that they got 4 receivers over here on the left side, and I guarantee you one of those guys is going to end up in that flat area. That's where they have attacked Oregon State.
4 receivers, as Jimmy mentioned, to the boundary. 4th down and 3 from the Beaver 38. JKS to throw, pressured, flushed out of the pocket. JKS still has the play alive, throws to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Just out of bounds goes Jacob DeJesus. And whether or not there's a review coming on it, I don't know. If Cal wants to argue that Jacob DeJesus stayed in, we'll see. But it appears as though, Jim, maybe the game's biggest play from Oregon State having a shot of life. They needed it desperately, and they get it on a 4th down stop.
Boy, that was something, because JKS got rid of what looked to be a sack and then threw a ball that Beaver, again, in the defensive backfield, he's in good coverage but unaware of where the ball is. The ball literally zoomed by his ear. I think there's I was checking if there was an offensive lineman replacement, but no, it's the same group.
Van Wells over the ball. The Beavers get a stop on 4th down and 3. Hankerson runs right, and he's tackled from behind for a loss by the edge from the right, T.J. Bush Jr. A loss of a couple to the Oregon State 36. 2nd down and 12.
It looks like there's no read in that read option, because there's no doubt that the defensive end was crashing hard across the way to the running back. If Malik Murphy on any of those plays keeps the football, I think he's got the whole left side of the football field.
T.J. Bush Jr., an outstanding player at Liberty, 9.5 tackles for loss last year, 7 the year before that. Ryan McCulloch on the other side is the edge. 2nd down and 12. The Beavers have not been able to run it whatsoever. Now an option left with a pitch to Hankerson, who fumbles it, picks it up on a hop, and then goes out of bounds at the 34 for a loss of a couple of more. 3rd down and 14 coming up for the Beavers, who are really struggling to function offensively here in the first quarter. Down 14-0 and looking at 3rd and 14.
That option, I remember last year, Giovanni McCoy ran that very well. The thing about Murphy, he's not really challenging that end. Does that make sense? He's not challenging the end, so just kind of a soft pitch where that end can play both the quarterback and the running back.
3rd down and 14 for Malik Murphy and the Beavers, down 2 touchdowns, under a minute to go in what has been a rough start to 2025. The Beavers run. Hankerson left, spins out of 1 tackle attempt, and goes down at about the 44, well short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 4, and the Beavers run a conservative play, and I get it. They want to kind of flip the field and change field position. We're going to see what the Beavers do here with under a minute to go. A.J. Windsor has the wind at his back, and the Beavers will want to get the punt away, therefore, with 25 seconds to go, and the play clock is to 17 and 16. 4th and 4 for the Beavers with A.J. Windsor, who will donate $1 for every yard that he punts for in 2025 for Alzheimer's disease research. Good on A.J. His first punt was a very good one, and he drives this one too. DeJesus backs up to the 4, runs to the right, and gets a good wall there. 20 to the 25, and finally shoved out of bounds at about the California 31-yard line. A very good return by DeJesus. He made the first man miss, Jimmy. Good work on his part. The first quarter comes to an end. We'll have an opportunity to meet this week in our first OCCU junior broadcaster. Coming up next, we're going to meet Bentley Lambert when we return, brought to you by OCCU. After 1 quarter, and I think it's going to be up to Bentley to change the mood up here in the booth. Bentley Lambert joins us next. After 1, Cal 14, the Beavers nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
In 1931, Oregon State's football team compiled a 6-3-1 record, playing their home games at Bell Field in Corvallis. That same year, Umpqua Dairy began making ice cream to sell to passengers at the train station in Roseburg. 3 generations later, they're still producing award-winning ice cream, and you don't have to wait at the train station. Simply visit your local grocery store. Thanks to Umpqua Dairy for your support of our Beavers and for making the best ice cream in the nation.
The Oregon Air Guard is Oregon's hometown Air Force. Who says you have to go far to put down roots? With offices in Portland, Vancouver, Beaverton, Albany, Bend, Klamath Falls, Grants Pass, and Medford, we have recruiters across the state that will help you discover where you can serve part-time right here in Oregon. The Oregon Air Guard offers 100% tuition paid for in-state colleges and universities, world-class technical training, and the ability to help you achieve your goals. The best way to predict the future is to write it yourself. We're proud to partner with OSU Athletics. Go Beavs!
The catch, stays on his feet, and is in. Touchdown, Beavers!
Beaver Nation, before next week's kickoff versus Fresno State, find the For the Trees Dome near Reser Stadium. Step inside Oregon's forests with a 360-degree virtual reality experience that puts you face-to-face with the people and practices shaping the future of our working forests. This is not your typical walk in the woods.
We're about to go to the second quarter at Reser Stadium. California leading the Beavers after 1, 14-0. Cal will have the ball in its own 30 as we change directions. And that's, I think, a metaphor for us here in the booth and for the Oregon State football team itself. And so to help us do that, it's an honor to welcome up here a young man named Bentley Lambert, our first OCCU junior broadcaster for 2025. Bentley, we need the Beavers to start doing a little bit better, so we think you're going to be our good luck charm. I hope you're okay with that. As our first junior broadcaster of the year, tell us again your name, where you're from, what town you live in, what grade you're going to be in.
My name is Bentley Lambert. I live in Klamath Falls. I'm going into 5th grade this year.
5th grade. Now, you look like an athlete,
Yes.
a football player. Tell me what sports you play.
I play football and baseball.
Do you have a favorite of those two?
Football.
Football.
Yes.
You know, I would say, Mom, are you okay with that? Bentley's mother, Audra, is in the booth. He looks like a football player. Okay, and you're okay with it. I'm glad to hear that. We need a lot of young football players. Before you go, Bentley Lambert, our OCCU junior broadcaster, you come from a pretty big family. Give us the names of your brothers and sisters, please.
My littlest sister is Amelia Millard. The second youngest is Henry Jameson.
Henry Jameson Lambert.
Yes.
It's a good name.
And my third is Abdi Lambert. My fourth sibling is Annabelle Millard.
You guys get along pretty well?
No.
That's one of the more honest answers ever uttered here as part of our OCCU junior broadcast. Before you go, on the count of three, can you give me a go Beavs? 1, 2, 3.
Go Beavs!
Ooh, there we go. That's going to change it up. Bentley, great to meet you. Congratulations on being our first junior broadcaster of the new year. And I think you're going to help change the mood here at Reser Stadium. That was good stuff, buddy. Good luck this year in 5th grade in Klamath Falls. California with the football to open the second quarter, leading commandingly 14-0. The Beavers did get a stop defensively and got the ball back on downs the last time Cal had the football. The Beavers are off to a poor start this time around, though, with a first down on the ground. JKS handing the football off to Kendrick Raphael, a 5'11", 200-pound junior, a transfer from North Carolina State. And he takes the football out to the California 43, a gain of 13 on first down, with California leading 14-0 in the second quarter, not off to the best of starts. The Beavers stiffened defensively and got the ball back on downs when Cal had it last. Split backs. To throw goes JKS. Fires over the middle, and it's broken up. Incomplete. The Beavers getting the second incompletion consecutively against JKS, and a good job by Jaheim Patterson, Jimmy, making a play on the ball, batting it away from the intended target, Tron Grizel. California with a 2nd and 10.
And you can see where the length of Patterson makes a difference as he reaches across. 6'4", 210 pounds, those long arms, able to make a play on the ball.
2nd and 10 for California at its own 43, up 2 touchdowns. Raphael Jr. runs left, breaks a tackle, the penalty flag down, and you think, Jimmy, we're going to have a hold called against California. Looks like Braden Miller, the right tackle, the culprit.
Yeah.
Holding, number 77, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
And working against Nico Taylor, and you can see Taylor kind of, pumping his fist, saying, yeah, we got you.
That's a potentially large play in the game, with 10 yards taking it back to California's 33. The Golden Bears with a 2nd and 20, less than a minute into this second quarter. California dominating the first half with 182 yards of total offense to the Beavers' 38. 2nd and 20, Grizel in motion through the formation. The ball is on the carpet here at Reser Stadium, but recovered after the low snap by JKS himself. But it's a loss back to the California 28, a loss of 5. 3rd down and 25. Jimmy, Cal has been operating beautifully up to now.
Yeah, and then they changed directions. Yeah. And they get hit with the same curse that the Beavers had in the first quarter. At least let's hope so, as Oregon State has a chance to get off the field here at 3rd and 25.
From his own 28, Jaron Kiabe Sangapolu-Tulele out of shotgun on the inside route, caught, but a nice tackle in open field made by Rajon Davis. There's a penalty flag down where the target, Jacob DeJesus, was tripped up at the Oregon State 32. There is a flag. Here's
Pass
the call.
Unbelievable.
Offense. Okay, offense.
Number 85. That penalty is declined.
Okay.
Results of the play, 4th down.
Okay. You saw. I saw pass interference. No, not on 3rd and 25, but it is pass interference. Great call. It goes against California, and the short pickup leaves the Golden Bears sending their punting unit out on 4th and 21.
Yeah, that's Mason Meny on that sort of screen pick play, blocking downfield on a pass that was thrown across the line of scrimmage.
Brooke Honore to punt. The Beavers with all the personnel just right. Trent Walker comes up, wants to make a return, makes the catch, makes the first man miss, stays on his feet across the 40, goes down at about the 41, but another penalty flag comes in at the end of the play. Jim, you're throwing your hands in the air. You think it's an illegal block against the Beavs?
No, I don't. I just hate the fact that I saw a penalty on a kick, because
for the second time.
Yeah, and it's usually a blocking foul, but it was late in the.
Here's the call.
Return. Illegal block in the back. Number 14, return team. 10 yards from spot of the foul. First down.
Gosh, and it was a nice return.
It was.
I mean, that's what you do as a punt returner. You make the first guy miss, and then you just get what you can. And I thought he made a good cut even after that to get about an 8 or 10, 12-yard return out of that. That was a very nice job by Trent Walker. I thought last year he was more of a, I'm just going to catch the ball, sure catch. But this was a nice return.
The Beavers had good field position. Instead, they'll start at their own 22, down 14-0 with 12:25 to go in the first half. Timeout on the field. The Beavers hope to find some rhythm on offense. The defense looks like it's beginning to come around a bit after being stung early for 2 Cal touchdowns. We'll see if the offense can begin to kind of find itself as well. Long way to go. 12:25 left in the second quarter. The Golden Bears 14, the Beavers nothing. Back after this on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
Escape debris burning is the #1 cause of wildfires. The safest time to burn is during the cold and rainy football season. You have the home field advantage when you get permission to burn from your local fire agency first. Know the weather forecast. Kick off your burn early in the day when humidity is high and winds are calm. Your burn pile shouldn't be bigger than 4 feet tall and 4 feet wide. Clear a 10-foot radius of dirt around the pile for safety. Always have water and a shovel on hand. Don't fumble by leaving a burn pile unattended. Completely extinguish the fire before calling it a day. Learn more about wildfire prevention at keeporegongreen.org.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you get America's best tire warranty, included with every set of tires. 60-day satisfaction guarantee and no-hassle road hazard protection. Other places make you pay extra for that, but not at Les Schwab. Visit Les Schwab today to learn more. 14-0 Cal, 12:25 to go in the first half. Let's send it below to Ron Callan.
Guys, during this timeout, the entire defense in a big circle with, I'd say, 4 of the defensive coaches, and Trent Bray stepped in with an impassioned few words to the defense. I'm imagining that it's probably an encouraging one, the way they stepped up once the second quarter started and made a pretty impressive stop.
Thank you, Ron. The Beavers begin 1st and 10, moving right to left from their own 22-yard line on the right hash mark. And it looks as though, Jimmy, I think I see number 70 in next to Van Wells. That's Xander Esty at right guard.
And also left guard is Ryan Berger.
So the Beavers change things up on their offensive front. And on first down, it's Anthony Hankerson. And the changeup is a changeup for the Beavers. Hank takes the football across the 35 to the 36. A gain of 14, giving the Beavers, Jimmy, 14 yards rushing. But he followed Esty over the right side. First down, Beavers.
Big picture, the Beavers they took a hard hit in that first quarter. But if they can make it a one-score game by halftime, now we got 12 minutes, they could be leading by halftime. That's a lot of time. But I'm saying if they can just keep an arm's distance by halftime.
First down rushing for Anthony Hankerson, coming back off to his 1,000-yard campaign. Malik Murphy to throw. Trent Walker open. The catch, stumbles his way inside the California 35-yard line. Down to the 34. Had he stayed on his feet, he goes to the house, but nevertheless, it's a tremendous pitch and catch. Malik Murphy to Trent Sauce Walker. First down, Beavers, and on the move at tempo.
It was kind of a double move. It was a little low, and Walker, because he wanted to ensure the catch, is what really ended up getting him tackled.
But a big gain nevertheless, and that's a 30-yarder after a 34-yarder earlier. The Beavers slowed the tempo after rushing up to the line of scrimmage. Hankerson
Good
runs
cut.
left. Good cut and spins down at the 31. Good cut indeed, but he paid a price for it as he got smashed up front. It'll be second down. The tackle by Stanley Saole McKenzie with Cade Ulave in the vicinity. A gain of 3, second down and 7.
Yeah, those are some big bodies. And these two are the guys you look at, number 94 and 99. Big bodies, not even the starters, but guys that have played a lot of football. Stanley Saole McKenzie and Zay Smith for Cal, those two big guys on the inside.
Second down and 7 for the Beavers at the California 31. 10.5 to go on the half. The Beavs trailing 14-0. A reverse coming to David Wells Jr. and Cal is on it for a huge loss back to the 35-yard line. The Beavers trying to do something to change things up, and they end up losing yards back to the 35. The Beavers will have a third down and a long 11 coming up for the first.
I think one of the things that I'd really like to see is when you're looking for something different is with Malik, just instead of handing the ball, take it, every time he hands off and then he sort of carries out his fake around the end, there's nobody home.
Third and 11 for the Beavers, a 3-by-1 with the 3 to the right. David Wells split left. Malik Murphy in shotgun gets the snap from Van Wells, fires down the left sideline, intended for David Wells, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 11 for the Beavers at the California 35. And, boy, that's a tough result for the Beavs, who hit a couple of big plays. The Hankerson run, the 30-yarder from Malik Murphy to Trent Walker. Now they're going to settle for a long field goal try into a slight breeze of 53 yards from the left hash mark for a guy who's never attempted a field goal or a PAT in a Beaver uniform, Caleb Ojeda. Out of the hold of A.J. Windsor. The snap is down. The kick by Ojeda looking for a 53-yarder. Crawling its way and over the crossbar and good. A 53-yarder in his first kick as a Beaver for Caleb Ojeda. And the Beavers are on the board. Cal 14, the Beavers 3. What a shot in the leg that is for the Oregon State football team. And that is a good hands 53-yarder with that good kick. The Good Hands team at All-State will contribute to the Oregon State Athletics General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, All-State and Beaver Nation. A big thank you to Caleb Ojeda. We'll talk about the kick in a moment. The Beavers are on the board. 9:29 to go in the first half. California 14, the Beavers 3. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
The Rivalry Series is brought to you by Safeway Albertsons, Pacific Source Health Plans, your local Toyota dealers, and First Interstate Bank. The University of Oregon and Oregon State University want to thank each company for recognizing one of the longest-running sports rivalries in the nation. Ultimately, our student athletes will benefit the greatest from their tremendous support. The Beavs and Ducks will continue carrying on their historic competitive tradition, going head-to-head across the season, bringing the Rivalry Series to life. Cheer on the Beavs this season to capture the Rivalry Series.
Hankerson keeps going in. Touchdown, Beavers for the lead in the second OT.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Make weeknight dinners memorable with restaurant-quality side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with our baked scalloped potatoes. Made with whole milk, cheddar cheese, fresh potatoes, and ready to share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro side dishes elevate an everyday meal into something special. Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, ready in minutes.
When you travel the world with fellow Beavers, you get to enjoy top service, value, safety, and the very best travel companions. Book a tour with the Oregon State University Alumni Association and visit some of the world's most coveted destinations while enriching your learning and cultural immersion in every leg of the journey. Domestic and international tours are now booking for 2026 at 4oregonstate.org/travel.
The Beavers are on the board thanks to a 53-yard field goal by Caleb Ojeda, redshirt junior, a transfer from the College of San Mateo from Morgan Hill, California. Jim, that's an impressive debut, a 53-yarder in his first kick at Oregon State. Cal 14, the Beavers 3. Let's go below to Ron Callan.
Speaking of Ojeda, you know, I've never really talked to him, but he has an incredible smile, guys. That was one great smile when he was coming off the field, and he was surrounded by his fellow kicking mates, Windsor, Dylan Black, the long snapper. I mean, they were both all over him, congratulating his first points as a Beaver. Way to go.
And the first points of the 2025 season, Jim, which was gigantic to get something out of it. And you're talking about trying to close the gap to a one-score game. You're a touchdown away from that now. And, you know, being within 4 with 9:29 to go in the half, a huge shot in the arm indeed, provided by Caleb Ojeda. Now the dangerous Jacob DeJesus up the middle and is knocked down, in a good job in special teams coverage for the Beavers at around the 27-yard line. The tackle made by Harlem Howard, and it'll be 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 26. The Beavers have shown a little something, Jimmy, it seems, on defense, and this is a huge stretch right here to try to keep the momentum going that way.
Yeah, and just in terms of personnel, I don't think I've seen number 59, Tavita Pomee, at all.
No,
I didn't see him in warm-ups. I haven't seen him in the lineup, and it seems like the Beavers are missing the left defensive end right here in this formation.
On first down, they throw it to the left side. Tron Grizel the catch, and is run into by Sai Vindrawali III and knocked down at the 34-yard line. It's a good pickup of 8 on first down to the far side of the field. Good throw by the strong-arm true freshman kid who's been very good. 2 touchdown passes early for Jaron Songapolatele. On 2nd and short, DeJesus receives in the right flat, makes the catch, and has a first down to the California 40, a gain of 6. 1st and 10 for the Golden Bears, up 14-3.
The left-hander, he's thrown the ball down the field, but a lot of passes horizontally. The last 2 just hiked the ball and basically thrown the ball out to a wideout behind the line of scrimmage.
Ty-G Hill and JoJo Johnson in the game. Hands in the ground on the interior. Kai Wallen and Nico Taylor, the edge rushers. 1st and 10, Golden Bears at their own 40. DeJesus in motion from right to left through the formation. The ball goes out of the left flat, and a tremendous play in the flat turned in by Nico Taylor. A tackle back to the 35-yard line, a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Boy, Nico made a play there, Jimmy, and the Beavers needed it. He was right on the running back, Hendrick Raphael, for a loss of 5.
Yeah, and he did that last year. He had 46 tackles, but 7.5 tackles for loss. He just made a lot of plays like that over the course of the year. Great to see, and the Beavers, boy, did they need it.
The fans starting to get into a little bit, becoming Beaver believers on the defensive side. The Beavers with a safety blitz on 2nd and 15, but Cal hits it to the dragging tight end Jeffrey Johnson for the catch into Beaver territory, leaving that middle exposed, and the Beavers give up a big play to the Oregon State 45-yard line. JKS with a smooth delivery for the first down. Responding quickly to the loss of 5, the handoff to Raphael Jr., and the Beavers stuff him in the hole for no gain at the Beaver 45. 2nd down and 10. The Beavs are doing a good job, it seems, Jimmy, in the straight-ahead run game. Dexter Foster in on the play along with Kai Wallen. Ty-G Hill was there. Hill and JoJo Johnson come out. They're trying to keep those interior guys fresh. Thomas Collins into the football game for the Beavs, along with Tajay Mullix, a transfer from Western Carolina. 2nd down and 10, 6:44 to go in the half. 14-3 Golden Bears. And a penalty flag comes in.
Big delay.
A false start.
False start. Number 77. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And if it wasn't going to be that, it was going to be a delay because the play clock had wound down to 0. Hey, Mike, one of the things that I've noticed, the guy looks good throwing the football, the true freshman. But he's got, the receivers have separation. And that's one of the things that and making good plays on the football. That's where I think Cal has outplayed Oregon State.
Skylar Thomas and Jaheim Patterson, two high safeties, with Vinjawali matched up against De Jesus in the slot. Trey Glasper, the true freshman, and Jaleel Tucker, the corners. A pass along the right sideline, incomplete, intended for Tron Grizel at the Beaver 40. That brings up 3rd and 15 for California at midfield, and another opportunity for the Beaver defense to get off the field.
Big play for the Beavers. Good opportunity. I was wondering whether Tron Grizel was even in bounds as he caught that football, but it didn't matter as he didn't catch the football.
The chainsaw fired up. The fans in a commensurate kind of mode at the moment. It's another big play for the Beaver defense on 3rd and 15 from midfield, from the left hash mark, moving left to right. Sangapolatele with a shotgun snap, hit after delivering the ball deep, and it's broken up, incomplete. Jaleel Tucker breaking it up on a pass intended on the post for Mark Hamper, the kid out of West Lynn High School. Good job by Tucker to recover and get back to it. It was dangerous. I thought for a moment, but a good play by Tucker. 4th and 15 for Cal.
Hamper had a step, if not two, but the good thing Tucker did is timed his contact. Right as Hamper was trying to make the catch, here came Tucker and got his hand on the football. Nice play by the kid.
4th and 15 for the Golden Bears at midfield. 6 minutes to go in the half. 14-3 Cal. Brooke Honore awaiting the pass from center, standing at his own 35. Trent Walker deep. A high, short, end-over-end kick. Trent Walker calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 10-yard line. For an offense that has certainly sputtered, this is a daunting task to try to go 90 to get on the scoreboard from a touchdown standpoint for the first time, but that'll be the mission when we return. 5:52 to go in the second quarter. Cal 14, the Beavers 3. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Real change takes bold ideas and even bolder action. At Pacific Power, we're putting in the work to bring our vision to life. We're connecting renewable resources from across the West to build the energy system of tomorrow, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, expanding renewable energy and storage, and making smart, strategic investments in a modern grid, all to provide clean, reliable power to you. To learn more about our vision for the future, visit us at pacificpower.net/future.
Hey, Beaver Nation, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Oregon State football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Oregon State Beavers. Let's go Beavers! SeatGeek.
Beaver fans, this season we've teamed up with Pacific Source and Safeway for the Tackle Hunger campaign. Every time your Oregon State Beavers make a tackle, a donation goes to the food pantry at our OSU Basic Needs Center, helping students right here in our community. Together we can turn big plays on the field into even bigger wins off the field. Join the fight and learn more at osubeavers.com/tacklehunger. Thanks to Pacific Source Health Plans and Safeway for supporting Beaver Nation. Go Beavs!
Stop into any of your 39 neighborhood Dairy Mart stores and get what you really want fast, real fast. 5:52 to go in the second quarter at Reser Stadium. The Beavers trailing the Golden Bears by a score of 14-3, and will have the ball, Jimmy, at their own 10, struggling to find a rhythm. They rushed for just 13 yards. They have a total of 68 yards. California, after a blitzkrieg in the first quarter, the Beaver defense has kind of, I think, found some answers there. Cal with 210 yards of total offense. The Beavers partnered with 81 yards, 13 on the ground, 68 throwing. What do you see going on, Jimmy, that they're going to like to try to change up here now in this possession 90 yards away from the end zone?
You know, I just think find a rhythm with whatever you decide to do, but I think the one thing is Oregon State's got to figure out a way to find some receivers that can get some separation. Somebody not wearing number 7. I mean, I don't know that the Beavers on the receiving side have had enough diversity. Anthony Hankerson has caught 1 pass, and Trent Walker's caught 2.
The Walker receptions have been for big hits, but Malik Murphy down 14-3 from his own 10, turns and hands off to Anthony Hankerson, and Hank with a good burst up the middle takes it across the 15-yard line all the way to the 17 for a gain of 7 on first down.
Nice
and
push.
Jimmy, he got a nice run on his first carry on the last drive too, as the Beavers have changed up the grouping a little bit on the offensive line. 2nd and 3 coming.
The play clock to 40 seconds.
Yeah, Ryan Berger at left guard and Xander Esty at right guard, and just a little bit of push right there in the middle.
2nd and 3 for the Beavers from their own 17. An empty set now with Jabari Johnson, I believe, in the game. And Jabari fakes the handoff and keeps and takes it up the middle and has a first down to the 21.
I was just going to mention that we had not seen Jabari Johnson. We're winding down towards 5 minutes left in the half, and he does offer that element. I was saying, I thought that Malik should carry the football. Well, I guess this guy will.
Jabari Johnson picks up the first down to the Oregon State 21. Approaching 5 minutes and counting down under 5 to go in the second quarter. 14-3 Golden Bears. Jabari Johnson out of the shotgun, throws the ball out in the left flat, caught by Hankerson, stiff arms Olave, and takes the football up to about the 25-yard line, a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Jabari, the thing that we know he can run, but the thing that we've been hearing about both in the spring and fall camp, Jimmy, is his improvement as a passer.
Yeah, it just a pass like that, it's an easy pass and it's an open pass, but you got to put it on your guy in stride, and that's exactly what Johnson did.
Trips to the right with Caulfield, Walker, and Malachi Durant on 2nd down, faking the pitch. Johnson keeps, and Jabari goes down for no gain, maybe a pickup of a half yard, and it leaves the Beavers with a 3rd down and a long 5 to go for the first. And all things considered, a pretty big play in the game. If the Beavers can convert, keep the drive alive, the one thing they don't want to do, they're down 14-3, they don't want to see that deficit grow. We'll see how Ryan Gunderson, who is in the booth to our right, as he's inserted Jabari here, and Trent had said,
no, it's Malik.
Oh,
now.
Malik back in now, and more of a likely a passing down on 3rd down and a long 5. The play clock is down to 4 and to 3. In motion goes Trent Walker. The Beavers just beat the play clock, and then the pass out in the left flat intended for Anthony Hankerson, but perfect coverage deployed for California in the flat by Cade Olave. It's 4th down and 5, and the Beavers will punt.
The Beavers are 0 for 5 on 3rd down tries, and that's probably I count the second and maybe even the third where the pass and the intended receiver, there was no chance. There was literally no chance, and I think at some point you got to go off of that and find an opportunity to maybe complete a pass as opposed to just throwing it to that first guy.
The snap on target to A.J. Windsor. Jacob DeJesus calls for the fair catch and then regrets that decision afterwards. He caught the ball. It's great field position for Cal. They'll begin this possession at their own 37. But I think Jacob DeJesus regretted calling for the fair catch. And you could see the frustration, like, ooh, I should have taken that low line drive and tried to do something with
and
it.
Short. It wasn't real high, and it was somewhat short. And sometimes you wonder as a return man, it's short, they're going to be on me, but they weren't.
Just a 37-yard punt. Windsor had kicked his first 2 with the wind at his back impressively. Now it almost feels like ball game in terms of what happens here in this sequence in terms of the Beavers defensively trying to at least keep it a 14-3 game going into halftime. On 1st down, a fake on the end around, rolling left and getting rid of it underneath for an incomplete pass intended for Mason Minnie. JKS incomplete.
Actually,
down.
It's a completed pass.
A completed pass for a loss of a yard. Then I saw the official with Minnie running out of bounds, so it's a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. You saw what I saw, though, right?
Yeah, no, the official kind of, it was more, I don't know, but he had that incomplete action.
But it was Minnie catching it and then stepping out of bounds for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for Cal at its own 36 from the left hash. Jacob DeJesus joins Brandon High Jr. in the backfield. Grizel in motion through the formation. On 2nd and 11, it's Grizel on the outside making the catch in front of the Beaver bench at the 40. A gain of 4, 3rd down and 7. 2:48 to go in the quarter and the clock running. And another opportunity and an important play for the Beavers to get off the field.
I think that's the third or fourth time they've run that same play, and they've had completions on every one as Tron Grizel goes in motion and then just bends it out towards the flat, picks up about 5, 6, 7 yards.
An empty set, and the Beavers will take a timeout. Looks like it's Rob. Is it Rob Akey?
That's Akey, yeah.
Rob Akey running up the sideline, taking a timeout.
Second timeout.
2:22 to go in the half. The Beavers taking a timeout. The 2-minute timeout is still to come. 3rd and 7 for the Golden Bears at their 40. Ron Callan coming up at halftime will be joined by Sarah Elcano, who is one of the leaders in this very challenging time for Oregon State Athletics and has done a tremendous job in her role as Deputy Athletic Director for External Operations. Sarah Elcano, the Deputy AD for External Operations, and that encompasses a lot of stuff. And that includes game presentation, and she's involved with all of the big high-level meetings that are going on in the rebuilding process of the Pac-12. She will give us an update with Ron at halftime. 14-3 California, 3rd and 7 for the Golden Bears at their own 40.
Shamar Meikle and Takari Hickel, the two edge players for Oregon State.
The Beavers trying to bring pressure up the middle. They get a little bit of it, and the pass down the middle is tipped away, incomplete, intended for Jacob DeJesus. Skylar Thomas in coverage. Tyrese Ivey Jr. was there as well. And the Beavers get another stop. And the Beaver offense will get the ball back with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. Still trying to find something before we hit halftime and perhaps turn this thing into a 4-point game.
And they do have the ability to throw the ball down the field. In fact, the Beavers have 3 completions, and 2 of them are far down the field. Short punt.
4th down and 7. Trent Walker comes up, calls for a fair catch and makes it. And the Beavers with good field position at their own 27. And that's a tremendous job, Jimmy, by the Beaver defense again. It appears as though they found their way just in time. After watching JKS kind of carve them up in that first quarter, some big-time plays by the true freshman, the defense has settled down, and now it's the offense's turn before the half to try to join the party in that sense.
Going to see who's in at the 2 guard positions as those have rotated a little bit. I think it's Sikorsky back in on the left side with Nathan Elu at right guard.
A slot left with Reddix inside of David Wells. Trent Walker goes in motion and receives the throw on the run and is catapulted into the air, but gets out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Yep. And Trent comes up a little bit slowly. The 2-minute timeout hits.
Timeout.
And with Cal leading 14-3, that's a good start to a very important drive for the Beavs. 2 minutes to go in the half. 2nd and 1 for the Beavers at their own 36. California 14, Oregon State 3. Back after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Pacific Office Automation is an official sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Beaver Nation has been submitting their community hero stories, and today we want to recognize Garrison, a young man but an old soul. Garrison always puts others before himself, offering a hand to friends, neighbors, and even strangers. Known for acts of love and kindness, from holding doors for elders to lifting others up, Garrison exemplifies true chivalry and compassion. Thank you, Garrison. From First Interstate Bank, proud sponsor of Beaver Athletics.
Okay. Thank you, Ron. Ron Callan with the microphone. Was that the OSU cheer squad?
No, just fans in the stands.
Getting into the Miley Cyrus spirit, a tradition at Oregon State. The fans' choice, I'm told. Brian Brooks back in his role as the public address announcer, asking the fans what song did they want to sing along with tonight. And once again, Miley Cyrus was the winner, not by a decisive margin, but the students are enjoying Party in the USA. Jimmy, as we welcome everybody back in, 2 minutes to go in the half. California leading 14-3. The Beavers with a 2nd and 1 at the 36. The Beaver defense has kind of stepped up into the party mode. They've done well to kind of quiet the Cal red-hot offense down. Now, 2nd and 1. Big play, big series for the Bees to try to find the end zone before the half.
Yeah, I know it's predictable, but I think you got to throw the ball down the field here. You get a chance. If you miss on it, you come back and you get your first down.
2nd and 1 for the Beavers at their own 36. They've rushed for 25, thrown for 81. And trail it 14-3. But a good first down play from Malik Murphy to Trent Walker. Trent, 3 catches for 70 yards. Malik Murphy, 4 of 9 for 77. You can see who he's been connecting with when he does. On 2nd and short, Saladin Allah in the backfield. Salah gets the handoff and is tackled for no gain, maybe in fact a loss of a yard to the 35, trying to string that thing out to the right. And rather than just crashing into what, I'm not sure where the play design, Jimmy, was, but now the Beavers have a 3rd and 2, and there goes the shot downfield. 3rd and 2 against a good Cal D.
No question. They're sturdy in that front, and then it's the linebackers, the very good football players.
Salah Allah flanking Malik Murphy. The Beavers have not converted a 3rd down. It will be high time to do it here. The play clock is down to 7. 1:20 to go in the half. Handoff to Salah, and he gets the first down. Good job by Salah Allah. Not by much. He got it by a yard. He needed 2. He gets 3. Out to the 38. The Beavers move the chains and have a 1st and 10, 2 timeouts left. The clock is down to 1:12, 1:11 and counting down. The Beavers at the right hash at their own 38. Malik Murphy looks left, comes back right, throws it out into the left flat. It's caught by David Wells, and he takes it for 9 yards to the Oregon State 47. 2nd and 1, under a minute to go in the half. And the Beavers pick up the pace a little bit. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Kaz Reddick's inside of Trent Walker on 2nd and short. It's Trent to the outside, needs to get out of bounds and is shoved that way after a first down catch at the California 46-yard line. And the Beavers move the chains. Well executed. Paco Austin, the tackle.
Nice throw. I mean, that's a good, strong throw. That's across the field to a out cut on Trent Walker, but the velocity to get it out there. Very nice throw from Malik Murphy.
And enough time, Jim, to work with here. 2 timeouts remaining. 50 seconds to go. Now, the Beavers are huddling up, and the play clock is down.
Yeah,
well, now they reset it, Jimmy.
Okay, I was wondering what in the world. I mean, the play clock was down to like 10, and Oregon State hadn't even gotten in the huddle yet.
It has been reset, and the play clock has not started yet.
Yeah.
50 seconds to go in the half.
There's a conversation across the way. I think they're trying to figure out where exactly the first down marker, the sticks, the guys on the far side, on the Beaver side, aren't matched up.
The chains were not set prior to the snapping the ball. The ball should have been 1st and 10 at the 48. The play counts. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line. Clock will start on my signal.
What exactly does that mean, Jim?
Yeah, but if
they just picked up a first down, I thought, I'm not sure what
the play clock's running. This is what's wrong about this. The ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, and Trent Walker had a first down.
But the ball, he got a first down and the ball went out of bounds. There's no way the clock should run.
Now, Gary,
put the play clock back to 50, whatever 8 it was.
50 seconds.
50 seconds, and start it on the snap.
50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they are putting it back to 50. It's 2nd down and 5.
Which that I don't understand.
At the California 46, the Beavers trailing 14-3. And now a penalty flag out. And
offsides, they're saying disconcerting signals.
Delay of game, defense, disconcerting signals.
Wow.
5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, good. They got their first down. And the clock should still not start until the snap, because Trent Walker went out of bounds.
Clearly.
That much we agree on. I think we're all back to normal here.
Yeah, here we are. 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. First down, Beavers at the California 41. Left hash mark trailing 14-3. Reddick's in motion. Play action fake. Murphy throws to Caulfield, the tight end. Bryce fumbled the football, and California, I think, has recovered at their own 36-yard line. Caulfield the catch. Broke a tackle, jumped through a would-be tackler, and then fumbled the ball, and the Beavers turn it over.
The catch, fumble, recovered by California. First down.
Well, now, Jimmy, that the Beavers had a decent drive going in turn it.
Yeah, their best drive of the game. And I mean, they started at the 10-yard line.
Please reset the clock to 42 seconds.
And
42 seconds, please.
The refs are, I think, in a bit of a disarray. Just for the Trent Walker picked up a first down, and somehow they lined up at 2nd and 5. Not sure exactly how that worked out, but that's a big mistake. The Beavers have made 2 really big mistakes in this game and both amount to turnovers.
Yeah. Cal leads at 14-3. A promising drive ends on a Beaver turnover.
That drive, you could have got a field goal out of that.
And made it a 1-possession game. Now, 2 timeouts remaining for California.
Yeah, plenty of time.
And play action for JKS. Breaks away from JoJo Johnson and runs upfield to the 45 to midfield. Still on his feet, angling to the left inside the 40, down to the Oregon State 38. First down, Cal. And Cal gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, down to 31 seconds to go in the half. They have 2 timeouts remaining. A great run for Jaron Kiave Sangapolatelli, showing his legs really for the first time tonight.
And he's a bigger guy, 6'3", 2 1/4. Able to shed some of those tackles.
He takes a shot down the left sideline, does JKS. Incomplete. Jaleel Tucker, the coverage, the pass intended for Keon Grays. Before we do anything else, let's pause now. Let our network stations identify themselves. 10-second break for station ID. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Second and 10 for Cal at the Beaver 39. 12 seconds to go in the half. The Golden Bears leading 14-3. Jaron Kiave Sangapolatelli takes the shotgun snap. Pressure comes from Wallen off the edge. The pass on the end cut is caught at the 31, and California will take a timeout after a gain of 8. 2 seconds to go in the half.
Timeout, Cal. That's our second charge timeout of the half.
And this will give the Golden Bears an opportunity to kick a field goal and take a 14-point lead into the break at the half.
Yeah, the clock says all zeros. I think they're going to put about 4 seconds.
Please reset the game clock to 6 seconds.
6, yeah.
6 seconds.
Yeah, that's too many. That's too many. When I looked up, I saw 3 and 2. I think that 6 is a little ambitious.
Now, would they run another? They could run another play.
But here's the thing. Really, you don't have enough time to go in the end zone and then come back and kick a field goal if you miss it. So you got to do a quick out and get 5. I don't think it's worth your time. I think if you're Cal Bears, you kick a field goal right here.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
No, I got you. What did Jonathan what did the Beavers do at Colorado on a play before Everett Hayes' 60 yards?
They hit the
How
the
many
same
time
thing.
was left?
It's like 5.
Yeah.
But Cal Colorado gave the Beavers the short field.
Yeah.
Now see that down here on the Cal Bear sideline.
They're going, is what I'm saying. They're 3rd down and 1. They're going to run a play. You're saying the Beaver coverage is better than what Colorado showed
I'm saying
in Boulder.
don't give him the short side.
On 3rd and 1, this could be the final play of the half. It's a shot down the right sideline, incomplete. 1 second to go, so they timed it out right. They had 6 seconds. The clock shows 1.
1 second, black on the game clock. 1 second on the game clock.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Jimmy, that was a long, I know it was a Gene Tunney, Jack Dempsey long count. That felt like those seconds at UCLA that one year back in, 2010, I believe it was, at UCLA. A long 5 seconds. 1 second left. Cal will get a field goal opportunity. This will be a 49-yarder from the right hash mark as the Golden Bears try to go up 17-3 at the half. Abram Murray to attempt the field goal from 49 and the right hash mark. The Beavers' only points have come on a 53-yarder. Caleb Ojeda with his first kick as a Beav. The Beavers take a timeout.
Timeout, Oregon State. That's the second charge timeout of the half.
Boy, did that feel like...
I didn't like the fact they put 6 back on. I thought 6 was too much. 6 was too much. Now, Cal would have probably just kicked a field goal, even if it was 5. Okay? But if they work the clock the way they do in the last second or two of a quarter, I mean, if there was 7 minutes and 28 seconds left, the
clock would have ticked off.
And 2 more seconds would have gone off on the incomplete pass.
Instead, California does get an opportunity with 1 second to go in the half to kick a 49-yarder from the right hash mark with Abram Murray trying to give Cal a 17-3 lead at the break.
It's a big kick, Mike.
Snap is down. The kick by Murray is on the way, and Abram drilled it through.
That was a big kick.
It was. Halftime at Reser Stadium ends on a note that is perhaps fitting for what was a tough first half for the Beavs. California 17, the Beavers 3, and we reach halftime. Ron Callan getting in position for a quick word with head coach Trent Bray, and then we will hear Ron's conversation coming up with Sarah Elcano coming up here at the half. Trent stopping by to visit with the ESPN crew with Ron Callan waiting his turn. It's a tough half, Jim. No, there's no way to describe it otherwise, even though I do think the defense was coming around there at the end.
Well, Cal went up 14-0 in the first quarter. I mean, literally in the first 6 minutes of this football game. Part of that was Oregon State's just inability.
Real quick.
Okay, let's send it down to Ron Callan.
Let's face it, you had to be upset after getting a 3 and out, and then they had the penalty.
It was bullshit. Yeah, it was bullshit. That's on coaching. It's us. That was the kids did a great job forcing a 3 and out to start the game.
Yet in the second quarter, you guys got better. You're back in this game, and you get the ball first in the third quarter. What's going to be your message to the troops?
Yeah, we just got to calm down and play. I mean, they're not doing anything we haven't seen our own offense do or practice against for 9 months. So we just got to go out and play.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
All right.
Trent shares how he felt about that 3 and out, and it reminded me of one of the greats of all time, and John L. Smith, coming off at one of those exit interviews at halftime at Michigan State and saying, the kids are doing a great job. It's all on the coaches. We're screwing it up. That type of thing. I remember John L. with kind of a famous rant coming off the field. Rarely do you get the type of stuff we just heard or that you would get from John L. Smith at Michigan State. But you could tell right from the get-go, Jim, that sequence to open the 2025 season. 3 and out, 3 good jobs on the run. Cal sends its punting unit out, and it kind of felt like that penalty in that moment to give Cal a first down via penalty, keep the drive alive. They hit a huge play the very next play and score. Set a pretty bad tone, but the defense did show some life to recover a bit, and the Beavers get the ball first, down 17-3. Have a lot to work on, but the defense did get better.
Yeah, Mike, as I watched the first quarter, the defense played great, got the stop, then the penalty. The Beavers, I think, finished with 2 penalties in the half. Both of them were on special teams. And then when the Beavers got the ball back, down 7-0, first play is -5, just a snap, a fumble, whatever happened. I didn't even see it. But that was the first play of the year for the Beavers on offense.
5-yard loss.
The first set, they mess up on the substitution. First play is a negative play. Third downs is where Oregon State really, where the rubber hits the road. That's where they need to get better on third downs. And some of the third downs, the pass attempts weren't even really, almost throwaways in terms of the attempted pass. So that's one area I think still, and probably be saying this, I hope not too much longer, I think the quarterback has to run. I just do, because that you look at the rush yards, Oregon State, 27 rush yards on the half. That's just not going to get it, and they're just not good enough to just sit back and hand off, or just sit back and expect the receivers to get open. And so they're going to have to do some more things offensively with the quarterback.
Halftime at Reser Stadium in the season opener. California 17, the Beavers 3. Back after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next event? The Alumni Center at Oregon State is Corvallis' top event venue, with flexible spaces for gatherings of 1 to over 1,000, from weddings and conferences to reunions and tailgates. We've got the space, the tech, and the team to make it seamless for every occasion. Located on campus, we offer high-quality amenities at a competitive price. Visit fororegonstate.org/center and book your event today. That's fororegonstate.org/center.
Hey, Beaver Nation, there's nothing like celebrating a big win, right? Generations of OSU families know that you can't win in sports or life without a strong team to support you. When it comes to your health, P3 Oregon is proud to support Oregonians and the Beaver Nation. The P3 Care Team works alongside your provider to connect you with the care you need in between doctor's visits. Medication management, nursing support, health questions. Our team has got your back. Celebrate a winning season of health. Visit p3oregon.org to learn more.
Hey there, Beaver fans. Holt Ag Solutions is proud to be your premier dealer for top tractor brands like Massey Ferguson, Fendt, and more right here in Oregon. With expert technicians and quality parts, we are here to support your operation from start to finish. Stop by any of our Oregon locations to see the latest models from Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and all your favorite ag brands at Holt Ag Solutions. Or call 888-HOLT-006 to talk with one of our ag experts today.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or kohls.com for details.
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Beaver Halftime Show. Brought to you by Safeway. Stop in to Safeway, your exclusive grocery partner of Oregon State Athletics. And by Oregon State Credit Union, the official credit union of Oregon State Athletics. Now, this is the Beaver Halftime Show.
The Beavers trail California at the half, 17-3 in the season opener. Fresno State here next week at 12:30, some 7 hours earlier than what we waited for, with great anticipation and a sense of promise and excitement, as always accompanies an opening day game. Jim and I talk going into the first break, into halftime, how a lot of that, the air kind of came out, and that first sequence and the penalty keeping a Cal drive alive. Cal scored touchdowns on its first 2 possessions. The Beaver defense did a nice job thereafter. Have a lot of work to do on the offensive side. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make when we go to the third quarter. But up next, a conversation Ron Callan will have with one of the hardest working people I've ever known, the Deputy Athletic Director for External Operations at Oregon State, Sarah Elcano, coming up next with Ron Callan. 17-3 Cal at the half at Reser on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Betty's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
Hello, is this Pacific Source Health Plans?
This is a health plan.
I'm trying to reach Pacific Source. I know I'll get a person on the phone when I call them.
What do you think I am?
I mean, you sound like a person.
That's what counts.
Automated systems can do a lot, even sound a lot like people. What automated systems can't do is offer the quality our members rely on, empathy. When you call Pacific Source Health Plans, you'll talk to a person who cares.
What did you say your name was?
Nexa 9000.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Bring chef-inspired recipes home to your dinner table with side dishes from Main Street Bistro. Try pairing your favorite entree with Main Street Bistro roasted garlic and rosemary potatoes. Made with baby red and yellow potatoes, roasted to perfection and ready to serve and share in minutes. With real ingredients you trust and made from scratch taste you crave, Main Street Bistro refrigerated side dishes are available in your grocer's meat department. Restaurant quality, stay-at-home comfort.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
Federally insured by NCUA.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Oregon State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back. Halftime, 17-3 Cal over the Beavs. Beavs get the ball first in the third quarter. Ron Callan with the Deputy Athletic Director, External Operations, Sarah Elcano. Sarah, first half wasn't ideal, but hey, they get the ball first coming back.
Starting with the ball is important, yes. So we'll take it, I guess.
You know, so much is going on in college football, and one of the big stories is the Pac-12 rejuvenation. The new version begins next season. You've been in a lot of the talks. First of all, how excited are you about how things are coming together?
Really excited. Excited for the fans, coaches, student athletes. You know, I think it took a while. There was a long unknown period, and we survived that era. And now we have this year, but we know what's in front of us. So there's, you know, a lot of work being done internally to execute this year, but also be ready for the new Pac-12.
Gonzaga for basketball, that's such a huge get for the conference. I mean, it's to me, the basketball lineup is as good as any conference in the country.
When you look at the basketballs, and even when you look at football, the Texas State edition, there's absolutely no doubt fifth best conference in the country. And, you know, the way the dust settled, that was the goal. And it's undeniable once you look at the metrics. So that's a good place for us to be.
I was lucky enough to be at Texas State in 2021 when women's basketball played a game there. I was blown away by how fantastic San Marcos is. So we're looking forward to those games in the future. But the TV deal now, you've got CBS, but then CW's back. And as we know, 203 million homes. That bodes well for exposure.
I was thrilled to see that come through. I think all of us are. You know, our viewership numbers last year were tremendous. The reach is just farther, the accessibility. And so to have that going forward, and then there should be some more announcements coming with additional packages soon, but just tremendous. And baseball on CW and Coin locally last season, you know, great response from the fans for that. So they've been a good partner.
Well, I mean, for a school that was, ignored by other conferences to get to Omaha with baseball, was like, take that.
Every win in every sport, it's always been sweet. But there's certain ones now that feel a little bit better, and I think Beaver Nation probably agrees with me.
All right, last thing, Sarah, Trent Bray, he's in there talking to the team. What do you think he's saying to him?
There's something new this year in college football. I don't know if you guys have talked about this. You can get TVs, monitors in, so you can watch film at halftime now. I'm going to imagine we're breaking down some of those 3-and-outs on both sides of the ball, and then it's within reach, and we start with the ball. So probably positive, right? Game one.
Real quick, last thing, the way this stadium has become such a jewel around the country, I mean, are you happy with the way things are going tonight as far as how this, how the program goes and the fans and the student turnout?
The students are unbelievable. To not be in school yet and have this turnout, and they're still here. They're going strong, so a thank you to them. Yeah, the stadium's incredible. I think it's my 15th season. And,
congrats.
Thank you. I still walk in and kind of look around and think about how much has changed. So, yeah, good for our fans, and we always hear from visiting fans how much they enjoy the different things we've changed.
Sarah Cano, always a pleasure. Appreciate the time, and hey, get this thing going in the third quarter, okay?
We didn't get hit by a ball today. Go Beavs.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. We'll take a break. Scoreboard's coming up next. Beavs down 14 at halftime here on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Betty's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
Whether it's game night or family night, Main Street Bistro's rich and savory selection of refrigerated side dishes makes it easy to serve restaurant-inspired meals any night of the week. Try pairing your favorite entree with our creamy, delicious twice-baked potatoes, fully baked and made with real whole milk and sharp cheddar cheese for a memorable meal that's sure to win the hearts of everyone at the table. Find Main Street Bistro sides in your grocer's meat department.
On his feet and is in. Touchdown Beavers.
Beaver Nation, before next week's kickoff versus Fresno State, find the For the Trees Dome near Reser Stadium. Step inside Oregon's forests with a 360-degree virtual reality experience that puts you face to face with the people and practices shaping the future of our working forests. This is not your typical walk in the woods.
Today we're going to talk about deep breathing, something we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then pretty soon, you've lost your zen.
Shouldn't your health plan help you reduce stress? That's why you'll talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plans.
Tranquility.
Live from the Learfield Network studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And from Master Control, I'm Mo Lewis. Let's check the Outertown scoreboard. Elsewhere in the Pac-12, Washington State right now with a 7-0 lead over Idaho. In the top 25, we had matchups between ranked teams, and they did not disappoint. Number 3, Ohio State held off number 1, Texas, 14-7. And this one just final, number 9, LSU scores a late touchdown, a big 4th down hold, and beats number 4, Clemson, 17-10. Also, big upset at number 8, Alabama loses to Florida State today, 31-17. Other games that are underway at this hour, right now New Mexico State leads Bryant 19-3. It's SMU up on East Texas A&M 42-3. Fresno State leads Georgia Southern 35-14. Right now, Arizona is on top of Hawaii 17-6. Utah leads UCLA 20-7, and Washington with a 14-7 lead over Colorado State. We've got the second half coming up. Mike Parker's going to have the call. Beavers 3, Bears 17. This is Oregon State Beaver football from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a Beaver fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to Beavs Mobile, you're leaving points on the field. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Beavs Mobile contributes to OSU athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Beaver Nation and powered by T-Mobile. Visit beavsmobile.com.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Hey Beaver fans, Oregon State's tradition of excellence is now a winning pairing with Willamette Valley Vineyards Classic Oregon Wine. As a proud wine partner of Oregon State Athletics, we invite you to join us at any of our locations for world-class Pinot Noir, Pacific Northwest-inspired cuisine, and one-of-a-kind events. Learn more and plan your visit at WVV.com. That's WVV.com. Go Beavs!
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield, Beaver football is brought to you by Reese's Fine Foods, proud sponsor of Game Day, and by Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved. PacificOffice.com. Now, with the call of the second half, here's Mike Parker and Jim Wilson.
17-3 California. The Beavers will get the ball first. Just to give you an idea, though, of how the Beaver defense, after the rough start, California in its first two possessions, 7 plays, 73 yards, touchdown. Second possession, 6 plays, 77 yards, touchdown. From that point on, midway through the first quarter, Cal turned it over on downs, punted 3 consecutive times, and then Jaron Kiabe Sangapolatele rushed for 25 yards to get them into field goal range to kick the 49-yard field goal to end the half and give Cal its 17-3 lead. The defense indeed made some important adjustments, but the Beavers will get the ball first, and it'll be the other side, Jimmy. We'll see what the Beavers were able to perhaps try to figure out and work on and come up with for the second half. Down 14 points. Abram Murray, who drilled that 49-yarder, gets his kick away about 5 yards deep, and David Wells Jr. is going to bring it out. He gets to the 20 and will be run out of bounds on the Cal sideline at about the 23. Some fans wanted a penalty flag thrown in for a little bit of a late hit, and I think David Wells Jr. himself might have been among that camp. No flag. The Beavers will start 1st and 10 at their 23.
There's no question there was contact when Wells was well out of bounds, but I think it's the nature of the contact that drew the no call, not a vicious hit by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to kind of wait for the officials to put the ball down. It's going to be at the 23-yard line, so it's a 28-yard return. I mean, he was at least 5 yards deep, and I think Oregon State was sort of instructed, let's bring this back, because all the kickoffs have sort of been those 8-iron shots, but this one was hit deep.
I think we're seeing Eddie Freehoff's debut here, Jim, as he's to the boundary, split left on 1st and 10. The Beavers run. Hankerson running left to the 24-yard line. A gain of only a yard, and Cal has done an outstanding job for the Beavers. That's just 28 yards rushing on the night. It'll be 2nd down and 9. But Eddie Freoff is inserted into this personnel package here. He's an intriguing young man, Jimmy.
Well, that was one of the things. Other than Trent Walker, there was not much separation. Nobody to throw the football to. Maybe a new guy out there will give the Beavers a lift.
He's being pressed by the transfer corner, Hezekiah Masses. Back to throw goes Malik Murphy and looks for Eddie Freoff on the in-cut, incomplete, and the Beavers are looking suddenly now to 3rd and 9. Cam Sidney, the nickel back in coverage. And that's it. You know, you talk about getting the ball first and all of that to start a half, and now the Beavers are looking at 3rd and 9 and have converted just 1 3rd down in 6 attempts tonight.
Yeah, some of the Beaver fans over towards the sideline were kind of asking, well, a lot of contact. And I think you could maybe make an argument that the ball was uncatchable. I think it was out of Eddie Freoff's reach. But
3rd and 9 for the Beavers, a first possession of the 3rd quarter, a bunch formation to the right. Malik Murphy steps up under pressure, and he'll be sacked. And the 3rd quarter gets off to just a brutal start for the Beavs, with Malik Murphy sacked for the first time tonight, back at his 18, a loss of 6. 4th down and 15 coming up.
Couple of big scrum and some flops as these big defensive tackles fall down trying to draw the charge. Now you already got the sack. Let's just head to the sideline. And unfortunately, the next play is going to be a Beaver punt.
A.J. Windsor back in. And what? You know, you talk about the importance of getting the ball to start a quarter, and Cal does a tremendous job just to render that essentially moot. The Beavers go 3 and out and end up losing yards and punt on 4th and 15. A.J. Windsor gets the punt away. Jesus catches it at his 37, comes up the middle to midfield to the right sideline of the 45. Brought down from behind by Jaheim Patterson, but
he's a good player.
Great field position for, Jacob DeJesus certainly is. A strong punt return well into Beaver territory. Cal will start at the 40 of Oregon State.
And when he's not returning punts, he's also a slot. And we liked him last year when he was at UNLV, and a good portal pickup for this Cal team that lost 3 of their top 4 receivers.
Not a bad punt of length, but not high enough.
Yeah, no,
not line drive. 46-yard punt, but a return of 24 yards to the Beaver 40, and Cal up 17-3 goes to work with Brandon Hyde Jr. getting the handoff, and Kai Wallen gets Hyde Jr. down after a pickup of a little less than 2 to the Beaver 38. 2nd down and a long 8 coming for the Golden Bears, who make some substitutions offensively. The Beavers allowed to do the same. Ty'G Hill joins the personnel package with Nico Taylor and Kai Wallen on the outside. Hill lined up next to Thomas Collins. 2nd and a long 8, an empty backfield with 5 wides, 3 to the left. The ball on the right hash for Jaron Kiave Songapolotele, who lets fly down the right sideline for Hamper, who reels it in. A great catch inside the Beaver 5 to the 3. Hamper a little slow to get up. The kid from West Lynn with a tremendous catch. 1st and goal, Cal at the Beaver 3. Let's hope Mark's going to be okay. Young man out of West Lynn High School, and coming to the program, transferring in. He's been 2 stops, Wisconsin and Idaho, but he made a nice job. Back shoulder throw by Jaron Kiave Songapolotele. A great throw, Jimmy, and it's 1st and goal, Bears.
Yeah, it's sort of back shoulder, and just give the Cal receivers credit. I mean, they've been able to make tough catches that are contested.
Brandon Hyde Jr. in the backfield, a new quarterback in. It's Devin Brown, takes the shotgun snap, runs right, and is blasted for a loss at the 4-yard line. Tajay Mullix providing the first hit. Skylar Thomas, who led the Beavers in tackles in the first half, was 7. Also helping to get Devin Brown down, and took a shotgun snap, ran right, lost a yard. And that's enough of the Devin Brown experiment for Cal. Brian Harsin gets Jaron Kiave Songapolotele back in, 2nd and goal.
And then Devin Brown limped off the field. I think he's something's bothering him in his leg as he limped off.
JKS comes under center. Tyson Ruffins. Kendrick Raphael, the running back. Play action fake, rolling to the left, wide open. and making the catch for the touchdown for Cal is Landon Morris, and the Golden Bears pulling away and lead it 23-3 with 11:37 to go in the third quarter.
Another play and scheme under center, faking the ball to his running back, and the tight end Landon Morris just sneaks out in the flat and was all alone. As I saw the play develop, I saw the tight end, and I didn't have much hope because there was nobody around.
Brian Harsin, the former coordinator for Chris Peterson in the halcyon days with the Boise State Broncos, and maybe not as much success as he would have expected at Auburn, but boy, he can run an offense, and he's called up some big plays, and they have been well executed. The point after try is good. 11:37 to go in the third quarter. California 24, the Beavers 3 in a subdued Reser Stadium, as you might imagine. What has been a beautiful Saturday building up to the 7:40 kickoff, but not much has gone right tonight. The Beavers will try to change that and get back into the fight when we return. 11:37 to go in the third. 24-3 Cal on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
Want to make a difference for Oregon State University students and alumni? It's as easy as becoming a member of the OSU Alumni Association. Whether you're an OSU graduate, a family member, or a big fan and believer, become a member today and get access to exclusive perks while supporting the university you love. Purchase a membership for yourself or as a gift at fororegonstate.org/join. That's fororegonstate.org/join.
At Builders First Source, we're proud to be the nation's largest supplier of home building materials with 14 locations in Oregon and Southwest Washington. We're on a mission to develop next-generation solutions that accelerate, optimize, and transform the home building industry. Whether you are a professional contractor or a homeowner that loves building projects, Builders First Source will support you with lumber, siding, windows and doors, trusses, decking, and more. Go to BLDR.com to find a location near you.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
Beaver football is brought to you by McDonald's, the official breakfast of the Beavers. Have your McDonald's favorites delivered right to your door with McDelivery. We had 2 hours together on the Beaver Sports Network on our McDelivery pregame show going on the air at 5:30 ahead of the 7:40 kick. Jim, there's always a delicious sense of anticipation for any opening game. You go through spring ball, you go through the offseason, and then fall camp. And this, so far, has certainly not been anything along the lines that we expected. I do know, and you knew, and you said when we visited with you yesterday on our local show in the Mid-Valley, our flagship station in the Mid-Valley, KEJO AM 1240 Joe Radio, you said you weren't thrilled about the matchup, that it was going to be a challenging matchup given Cal's strengths and some of the question marks about the Beavs. You kind of had a feeling this game was going to be a lot harder than maybe some of the fans were thinking a couple of months ago or even last week.
Yeah, and it's proven to be that way. But I think a lot of it is on, the Beavers, just their own mistakes. I don't think it's been this Cal beating Oregon State at the line of scrimmage. I think they are winning that matchup, but not dominating.
David Wells Jr. takes this kickoff at the goal line from Abram Murray and gets out to about the 16-yard line. And that's twice in a row that Wells Jr. eschewing fair catch with the field position, the 25 automatically. Trying to make a play, Jimmy. I think that's the biggest thing. Wells Jr. twice in a row is trying to use his speed and make a play. But here he's 9 yards short of what he could have gotten. Down 24-3, 11:30 to go in the third. The Beavers start at their own 16.
The problem was that kick was caught on the left hash, even wide of the left hash, and he tried to take it all the way around the right end, so he ends up running horizontally. and that's why Cal was able to hold him to the 16-yard line.
Play action fake from Malik Murphy. Steps up into the pocket and lets fly, and he had an open receiver. And it was David Wells Jr. who had a step and a half on Cal's safety, Isaiah Crosby, and just Malik overshot him. And that's too bad because, indeed, Wells was open.
Timeout, injured defensive player.
Second down and 10. Paco Austin, a corner, is sitting on his haunches out at the California 41-yard line, or 40-yard line area, and a timeout in the field with Paco Austin being tended to.
I was thinking cramps.
It looked kind of like it. Jimmy, that was a good-looking play for the Beavs in terms of the play action and the pocket.
Well, the pocket did collapse, and Murphy did take a hit as he threw the football. But the good news is that a receiver had some separation. I mean, that was an open receiver, and I think that's what we've not seen much of in this football game, actually. And moving forward, that's going to be an area that is critical for Oregon State. You got to have some receivers that are able to create some separation.
Second down and 10 for the Beavs. 11:22 to go in the third quarter. Cal has scored the last 10 points in the game. The field goal to end the half. A touchdown quickly after the Beavers went 3 and out to open the third. Murphy fires to the right sideline. A catch made by the kid out of Crook County High School, the pride of Prineville, Eddie Freoff, born in Uganda, adopted along with his siblings and coming over to Central Oregon, makes the catch, goes down at the 22-yard line, a gain of 6, 3rd and 4. But Eddie Freoff, a big, intriguing, talented target, he brought it in, looked it in, cradled it a little bit, and did get 6 yards.
Yeah, I thought that maybe they could have given him another yard or even a half yard on his forward progress.
Eddie goes in motion on 3rd and 4. Malik Murphy looks at him, then throws over the middle to Trent Walker, who makes the catch and has a first down across the 30 out to the 33. A gain of 11, 1st and 10 Beavers. It looked to me that Murphy was kind of a third target in that sequence. He wanted Eddie Freoff, came off of Eddie and found Walker.
Yeah, that's the way I read it, Mike. I thought that Freoff off to the left was his target, ended up coming back towards, and finally finds Walker in the middle of the field. And I think the second third down conversion of the game for Oregon State.
Nice job by Murphy, letting the whole play develop and then finding the open guy in the hole to get the first down. 1st and 10, play action fake. Murphy again to throw. Good pocket. Fires on the check down to the right sideline to Anthony Hankerson, who takes a hit from Cade Ulaave and goes down at the 40-yard line, but it is a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Again, I think Murphy was looking well down the field. Did Oregon State substitute? If not, they can just, as Cal players are shuffling in.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the Beavers. Riley Williams went off the field.
All right.
2nd down and 3 for the Beavers, trailing 24-3 at their own 40. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Hankerson shifts from left to right half and gets the handoff, stutters his way and breaks a tackle of Ulaave and gets the first down across the 40 out to the 45. That's a big-time run for Anthony Hankerson because he was stoned by Cade Ulaave and just ran through him, and that's not easy to do with Cade, one of the best linebackers in the ACC.
Once he did break that tackle, he got an escort, and I didn't see which lineman, but he had one of his linemen just kind of put Hankerson in his arm and carried Hankerson for the first down.
Malachi Durant goes in motion. Malik Murphy with Malachi in motion. Malik throws it to the right sideline. The catch made by Hankerson out of the backfield. He runs out of bounds at his own 47, so it's a short gain, a pickup of about, they'll mark it closer to the 49. Give him 4, 2nd down and 6.
Nice job by Murphy. I don't think he wanted to throw the ball to Hankerson, but then he looked out there and nobody was really on him, so it was an easy pitch and catch. It's too bad there was just not a little more room for Hankerson to turn the corner.
Durant at the slot to the field side. David Wells Jr. comes in motion all the way across and settles in at the left where he's immediately pressed. Now Durant in motion the other way. Second down, and I think the Beavers are going to be penalized here with Malik Murphy throwing incomplete down the right sideline, intended for Durant, but a flag came out and
motion because
it'll be a motion penalty.
Right, it's the same thing, not getting set before the next guy went in motion.
So it'll be second down and 12 unless
I think
Cal will decline.
I think they do.
It'll be 3rd and 7 otherwise. Here's the call from Gary Patterson.
All setting fouls on the play. Illegal shift, offense, 2 men moving, not getting set, holding, defense, with penalties, offset, replay second down.
And it's too bad that Oregon State sort of lost out on what would have been
an automatic first down,
an automatic big penalty on the defense. But again, that's just administrative, not getting set, waiting a count before the motion.
Well, the scoreboard's all messed up now. I'd like to start over. It says Beaver 0, Cal 0. I wouldn't mind that scenario. 1 second to go in the first quarter, according to the scoreboard. And boy, wouldn't that be a Twilight Zone kind of world. We'll start it again. I think the Beavers would like their chances.
Set the game clock to 7 minutes, 40 seconds.
And
7 minutes, 40 seconds.
And leave the score just the way it is.
Yeah,
thank you.
Nothing on the board. They're going to reset it to 7:40. Unfortunately, I have a scoreboard in here that says 24-3 Cal, but we'll let that go. The Beavers have a second down and 7, a do-over here with trips to the right from the right hash. Malik Murphy out of shotgun, fires complete to Zach Card, makes one-man miss on the Cal sideline, has the first down inside the Golden Bear 35-yard line down to the 32. Gain of 20 on the play. Jim, that was a strong throw. You can see the Malik Murphy arm strength on that. Opposite hash mark to sideline, on the button, and a good move by Zach Card after the catch.
Yeah, the underneath linebacker, number 8 for Cal, he couldn't believe it that the ball was able to, that Murphy was able to throw that ball all the way from there over his head on a line and hit his receiver.
1st and 10, Beavers at the Golden Bear 32. 7 minutes to go in the third. The Beavers trailing 24-3. Salah Allah in the pistol, play action fake to Salah. Malik Murphy half roll, fires for an open Trent Walker, the catch at the 5, and down he goes at around the California 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Beavers coming up after a gain of 29 to the California 3. The Beavers with a promising drive and trying to finish it as they enter the McDonald's red zone for the first time in 2025. Make sure you go to osubeavers.com/dreamyear for your chance to win $10,000 in Beaver experiences whenever the Beavs enter the McDonald's red zone. And their 1st and goal at the 3 from the left hash.
Jake Reichel at fullback.
The Beavers line up in the I with Reichel, the up back. Anthony Hankerson at tail. A lead play, and Hank is tackled for a loss by Ulaave back at the 6-yard line. A loss of 3. 2nd and goal coming up.
One of the things as this game unfolds and the second half unfolds is that clock keeps ticking, and every play takes time. And Oregon State, down 3 scores, needs to be conscious of time at all points from this point forward, I think.
After a 29-yard pickup, the Beavers had a 1st and goal at the 3. Now 2nd and goal from the 6 after a loss of 3. Malik Murphy comes under center. David Wells left. Trent Walker in tight to the formation right. Hankerson, the running back. Handoff to Hank. Gets to the 5, burrows his way. The Beaver line trying to push him forward. And Hankerson does get the lost yardage back down to the 3, leaving the Beavers with a 3rd and goal from the 3. And Jimmy, 2 plays to try to get the 3 yards. You're not settling for 3 now. You've got 2 plays to try to find the end zone.
And I think they are going to go back into that I formation as Jake Reichel returns to the lineup. But I think you'll see a wrinkle. I think they're trying to sell that I formation. But again, the Beavers are huddling up and they are down 3 touchdowns.
Right.
And you just may run out of time.
I understand what you're saying, but it's critical they get one of those touchdowns right here. So they're making sure they're on the same page. 3rd and goal from the 3. Murphy play action fake over the middle, and it's intercepted. 5 yards deep. Hezekiah Masses with the pick. He has a chance to score. He's at midfield. He cuts back at the 40 to the 35, still on his feet, and he's going to take it to the house. There is a penalty flag down on the return. Hezekiah Masses took it back about 105 yards, but I do think there's a flag somewhere on the field. But the Beavers throw an interception that Masses takes to the house the other way. We'll see
Pass
now.
interference. Defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 5. Ball be spotted at the 2-yard line.
My goodness.
First and goal.
Jimmy Wilson, I didn't see interference.
I still don't see the flag.
No, I don't see a flag either, but Mike Shacker, there it is between the B and the E in the end zone.
Oh, there it is.
Where the interception took place about 5 yards deep. Masses on his cut apparently interfered with the intended target.
Or maybe held him before.
He said pass interference.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, which would be interference. It's the ball's in the air, and you're holding him, instructing him. Because Murphy did throw the ball as if the receiver had easy money, as if he wasn't even, there wasn't a defender. But this is a first down.
Yes, it is. Not a touchdown for Cal. Not a 105-yard return for a touchdown. Pass interference.
Bunch of big bodies in the backfield, Mike.
Hezekiah Masses, first and goal, Beavers at the 2 with a jumbo formation, something we haven't seen much of at any time. And taking the direct snap is Anthony Hankerson, and Hankerson with a full house backfield takes it in from 2 yards out. Touchdown Beavers with 4:16 to go in the third quarter. The first time I've had the opportunity to say that in 2025, and it's Anthony Hankerson with the direct snap taking it in. And Jimmy, an emotional swing as the Beavers pull within 24-9.
And I think the Beavers are going for 2 here.
Okay. And that is part of what you're talking about in terms of the time factor in this one.
Yeah.
The Beavers will attempt a 2-point play here after scoring on the Anthony Hankerson direct snap with a full house backfield. Hank found the seam and got it into the end zone, and now the Beavers looking for a 2-point conversion. Malik Murphy, the quarterback, flanked by Marquise Crosby, I believe, with going in motion Taz Reddix. Murphy looks in the back of the end zone and throws it into the back of the defender. Incomplete, no flag. The Beavers were looking for a flag against Jordan Sanford, and the Beavers' 2-point attempt fails with 4:16 to go in the third quarter. The good news is, though, the Beavers get on the scoreboard in the form of a touchdown for the first time this year. Before we take a break, let's send it quickly below to Ron Callan.
Trent Bray in the face of the side judge who was in the neighborhood of where that non-call was made, and he's still letting him have it.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the number 17, the defensive back, clearly not playing the football. I mean,
no, he had his back to the ball. I think the ball hit him in the back.
And the question is, was he holding as well? And it looks like he's got his hands on the receiver, his back to the receiver, no idea where the football is.
Right. Doesn't that speak penalty to you?
I think it does, but I mean, again, I'm not even sure why you go for 2 in that circumstance. You still need 3 touchdowns.
I know. Let's take a break. The Beavers with a good drive. For a moment, it looked like a 105-yard interception return for 6 for Cal. Instead, it's the Beavers who get the 6. They settled for that, unfortunately. 4:16 to go in the third. California 24, the Beavers 9. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Morning. 1 sausage McMuffin with egg, please.
Okay, your total is...
Wait, let's negotiate. How's about you throw in hash browns for $1?
Well, yes, sir, that price is already $1.
Take it or leave it.
Take it, I guess?
Buy one, add one for $1 on sausage McMuffin with egg, hash browns, and more with McValue. Most locations open 5 a.m. or earlier. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Beaver football is on the air. On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Show us some love here for us. Go Beavers!
Hey Beaver Nation, here at Mr. Plywood we know what it means to build. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Mr. Plywood goes beyond building decks, storage sheds, and fences. We help build the community. We offer family-style customer service with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help you with your next project. If you need hardwoods, plywood, fasteners, or help planning your next project, come down and pay us a visit. We would love to help you on your next project.
Hey, Beaver Nation! Experience the best of Alaska with Holland America, the Alaska vacation experts. They've been sharing the wonders of the Great Land since before it was even a state. Cruise a round trip from Seattle, no flights, no fuss, just Alaska right from your doorstep. Experience stunning ice blue glaciers guaranteed. Plus, look for humpback whales and brown bears with the cruise line that's #1 in Alaska wildlife and wilderness tours. Savor the journey with Holland America, the official cruise line of Oregon State University Athletics. Go Beavs!
The Beavers' first touchdown of 2025, and it comes at the end of a good drive. It's time for our Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive summary. Holt Ag Solutions, grow bold with the straightforward and dependable tractors from Holt Ag Solutions. Jimmy?
12 plays, 84 yards. That's the good news. The bad news, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. It took a while, but the Beavers did get into the end zone.
And that was the key, and you're right about, I'm sure they'll pick up tempo as is necessary. Still 4:16 to go in the third. Jacob DeJesus takes the kick at the 2 and comes up the middle with a seam and crosses the 30 and gets out to the 33-yard line. Way back when in our Mick Delivery pregame show, Jim, you invoked 1999 and the great victory for the Beavers to render them to give them a winning season for the first time in the regular season in 28 years when Tavita Moala had a scoop and score for a touchdown. You feel like maybe this game may require something similar.
I think the Beavers need to create a turnover, that's for sure.
Jaron Kiabe Sangapolu-Lutele has been magnificent. He hands off and a pretty good crease over left guard for L.J. Johnson Jr. in his first carry of the night. 5'10", 215-pound redshirt junior. 2 stops along the way, SMU and Texas A&M to get to Cal. He gets 6 on his first carry. Second down and 4 from Cal's 38. The Golden Bears leading 24-9 after the Beavers' 2-point attempt failed. Jaron Sangapolu-Lutele takes the shotgun snap, starts left, hands it off again, and Nico Taylor is right there on L.J. Johnson Jr. for a loss to the 36-yard line. A loss of 2, 3rd and 6 coming up here for Sangapolu-Lutele and the Golden Bears. Tyson Ruffins over the ball at center. Jacob DeJesus along with the kid out of West Lynn, Mark Hamper Jr. to the right. A turnover would be big time, certainly. JKS has played clean football in that respect. He's been tremendous, the true freshman, making his collegiate debut. On 3rd and 6, throws to the outside, caught, and a good tackle in open field and a nice spot for the Beavers created after the tackle.
Very nice spot for the Beavers. I thought after the spin he had picked up the first down. It's a full yard.
It's 4th and 1 for Cal at its own 41 after the tackle by Jaheim Patterson, and Brian Harsin and the Bears with a decision whether to get that full yard or send the punting unit out. Cal looks like they want to line up and go for it, Jimmy.
Yeah, don't jump. That's all I say is this could very well be Cal going for it. It could also very well be
trying to draw the Beavers off.
Yes.
Well, they're going to go for it. They hand off, and the first down is achieved by L.J. Johnson Jr. by about a yard out to the Cal 42. That would have been tantamount to a turnover had the Beavers gotten a stop there, but they don't.
Very risky by Cal. I'm actually surprised that they did that. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. You turn the ball over. The Beavers had just scored a touchdown offensively.
I'm surprised as well, but Cal got it done. They executed on 4th and a yard and keep the drive alive with a fumbled snap, and JKS falls on his own fumbled snap from under center back at the 41. A loss of 2, 2nd down and 12, but a win on first down for the Beavs, which certainly everything matters now. Down 24-9, the clock ticking, 1.5 to go in the third.
Just a personnel note for Cal. Left tackle Nick Morrow started this game, and the right tackle was Braden Miller. In almost the entire game, Braden Miller then has moved to left tackle, and Leon Bell, number 55, has been the right tackle.
Johnson vacates the backfield, leaving JKS with an empty and 5 wides on 2nd and 12. The shotgun snap at the left hash. JKS is flush, rolls to his left, heads to the sideline, dances there a little bit and goes out of bounds out at the 45, a gain of 4. 3rd down and 8 with 1:01 to go in this third quarter. The clock commences to run again inside a minute. And Cal I'm surprised they were at a fairly quick tempo in the last sequence.
Yeah.
They may want to let it run a little bit here on 3rd and long.
There was a time in this game where Cal was 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. Now they're 2 for 9. Sure like to see 2 for 10.
They did get a conversion on 4th down to keep this possession alive from their own 46, 3rd down and a long 7. Darren Sangapatele out of shotgun to throw. Surveys and lets fly over the middle, and it's caught and then dropped. Incomplete. The ball was caught momentarily on the seam route down the middle, intended for Keon Graves. He had it. I thought he caught it. When he hit the turf, the ball came out. An incomplete pass. And it's 4th down and 7, and the Beavers, who just scored on an 84-yard drive, will get the football back in theory here now with California and their punter, Brooke Honore, waiting to kick it away from about his own 35.
Does a nice job by Trey Glasper by staying with it, keeping his arm in there, and fought it all the way to the ground, causing the incompletion.
Glasper, the true freshman, getting the start. A high punt. Trent Walker will let it bounce, and it bounces at the 5 and is down at the 1. Oh, my goodness. That's unbelievable. Trent Walker chose not to make the catch.
They're going to say touchback, or what's the referee saying?
I'm not sure. I think California downed it at the 1.
I do too, and now he is putting it down at the 1, but he did this motion, which I'm not sure exactly what that means, but Oregon State really's got their work cut out for him here. I know what Mike Riley would do. Remember when he was always backed up? He'd try to hit that bomb way over the top.
I'll tell you what, that's impressively done by California's special team unit at getting downing the ball at the 1-yard line was Aaron Hampton, I believe. Before we take the break, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves. 24-9 Cal. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Beaver football from Learfield. Cal 24, the Beavers 9. 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Beavers backed up at their own 1 when we return on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
It's time to give the home team the advantage. For all your homeowner needs, turn to the Beaver Home Team. WaFd Bank is your local business, providing outstanding service for your local home banking needs. You can count on WaFd Bank to help you score big for your banking needs. Check out osubeavers.com/home team to see what the Beaver Home Team can do for you. Go local and go Beavs.
Managing your farm operation is complex, right? So is finding the right insurance to protect it. But it doesn't have to be. That's why you need Country Financial. As the leading farm insurer in Oregon, our farm-certified representatives have the expertise to provide you with the custom protection you need. Get a quote today at countryfinancial.com/farm. Farm policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Oregon State Athletics has simplified and enhanced the fan experience with OSU Beavers Mobile. The app is presented by your local Toyota dealers. OSU Beavers Mobile, available for free in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Download OSU Beavers Mobile tonight. 8 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Beavers backed up to their own 1, trailing 24-9. A 53-yard punt downed officially by Jair Smith at the 1. Trent Walker's decision to let the ball bounce, I thought, Jim, was sound, because he was going to, if he caught it, he's going to be
6 or the 7.
Yeah, so who expected? Now, football will take funny bounces. That took just the absolute perfect bounce for Cal. Malik Murphy comes under his center, Van Bam Wells, and he will sneak it straight ahead just to try to create a little breathing room, and will change directions and go the other way after he burrows for a couple of yards to the 3. Before we take the break, going to the 4th, let's send it down quickly to Ron Callan.
Battle of the Palouse, Idaho trailing the Cougs 10-0 fourth quarter.
And we are heading to our fourth quarter here in Corvallis at Reser. It's been a tough night, but the Beavers still in it, down 24-9, 2nd and 8 from their own 3, going to the 4th on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Beaver fans, this season we've teamed up with Pacific Source and Safeway for the Tackle Hunger campaign. Every time your Oregon State Beavers make a tackle, a donation goes to the food pantry at our OSU Basic Needs Center, helping students right here in our community. Together we can turn big plays on the field into even bigger wins off the field. Join the fight and learn more at osubeavers.com/tacklehunger. Thanks to Pacific Source Health Plans and Safeway for supporting Beaver Nation. Go Beavs!
Go Beavs!
OSUIBEAVERS!
When you travel the world with fellow Beavers, you get to enjoy top service, value, safety, and the very best travel companions. Book a tour with the Oregon State University Alumni Association and visit some of the world's most coveted destinations while enriching your learning and cultural immersion in every leg of the journey. Domestic and international tours are now booking for 2026 at fororegonstate.org/travel.
Hey Beaver fans, Oregon State's tradition of excellence is now a winning pairing with Willamette Valley Vineyards Classic Oregon Wine. As a proud wine partner of Oregon State Athletics, we invite you to join us at any of our locations for world-class Pinot Noir, Pacific Northwest-inspired cuisine, and one-of-a-kind events. Learn more and plan your visit at WVV.com. That's WVV.com. Go Beavs!
To the fourth quarter we go at Reser Stadium, California, leading the Beavers 24-9. The Beavs have a 2nd and 8 at their own 3 after the 2-yard quarterback sneak by Malik Murphy. Malik is 13 for 20, 174 yards. Trent Walker has caught 6 of those for 116 yards. Anthony Hankerson, a 1,000-yard rusher last year, 13 carries, 37 yards with a touchdown on the direct snap. And Jimmy, on the touchdown, we didn't have a whole lot of time to talk about it as we go to the 4th. Beaver football brought to you by Oregon State Credit Union, the official credit union of OSU Athletics. Join today. Visit OregonStateCU.com/join. On the direct snap to Anthony Hankerson, an interesting formation to be sure.
I believe it was Dylan Sikorsky and Bryce Caulfield in the backfield, sort of lined up behind the guards. Direct snap to Anthony Hankerson, and it was just all people just straight ahead. And from about 3 yards out, the Beavers got in.
Then went for 2 and didn't get it.
If they score here, I mean, let's say however long it takes, you got to kick the PAT, right, to keep it within 8, because if you miss it, it's a 2-score game.
Yeah, you wonder, everybody, you make decisions. I'm told about the card, this mysterious, magical, we have a chart or card or whatever that tells you when to go for 2 and when to not. It seemed a little surprising to go for 2 in that situation, but they did. They came up empty. They have 97 yards of turf in front of them, moving from left to right away from the Valley Football Center. Yeah. Mike Kavanaugh's coached some offensive lines through the years that have done incredible work in these kinds of situations, particularly the Emerald Bowl in San Francisco in 2007. We'll see if the Beavers can rediscover some of that and find their way down the field, trailing 24-9. Handoff to Anthony Hankerson on the inside zone across the 5-yard line to the 7. And the Beavers thus, Jimmy, looking at a 3rd down and 5. That was a brilliant play by California on the punt and to down it at the 1. Really, Cal has a chance to flip the field and be in great shape to win this football game, obviously. But the field position now is critical for the Bees. They've got to try to find a play here on 3rd and 4, a long 4, to move the chains, keep the drive alive. Walker at a slot inside of David Wells Jr. Zach Card flanked left. Murphy from the shotgun to throw to the outside, caught by David Wells Jr. First down, Beavers to the 13. Again, a strong throw, and I give David credit. He went up and pulled that in, Jimmy. A good catch. Ball was a little bit high. Murphy delivered a strike, but Wells pulled it in.
Yeah, I think that the great thing that Wells did was make the catch and keep his feet in bounds as the defender was riding him out of bounds. I'm just hoping they get the play off before somebody tells me they want to look at it.
Play action fake outside to Trent Walker. Trent trying to stay on his feet, but down he goes at the 19-yard line, but a gain of 6, and the Beavers getting a crucial first down. They began the drive at the 1. Now they're at the 19. They have a 2nd and 4, 13 and a half to play. But, Jim, I think this is when you're talking about the tempo's probably got to be picked up a bit, down 15 right now.
Yeah, and the Beavers have been huddling up for the entire contest. But down 2 touchdowns, I think you gotta pick it up just a bit.
Tight formation from the left hash mark with Malik Murphy under center. Play action fake, rolling to his right as Malik throws it underneath the Caulfield. Bryce the catch, very close to the first down, and does have it out to the 23. Caulfield's 2nd catch of the night. He fumbled at the end of his reception the first time around, but hangs on to this, has a first down to the 23, and so far so good. Jimmy, the Beavers beginning at their own 1, 2 first downs.
I think Caulfield, if he had to do over again, just catches that ball and continues towards the sideline and make the defender make a tackle with him moving as opposed to stopping to cut, then the tackler is just tackling, basically a tackling dummy at that point.
Down to 12:23 to play, an empty set for Malik Murphy with 5 wides, including Eddie Freoff. Murphy fires on the in cut, and this one is intercepted, and there's no interference against Masses this time. Masses to the 25, to the 20 on the return, to the 10, to the 5. Masses is finally tripped up at about the 3-yard line, and that feels a little bit like ball game there. The Beavers got out of deep in their own territory out to the 23, and Hezekiah Masses, who had a 105-yard interception return call back for pass interference, jumps the route, gets the interception, and takes it to the Oregon State 2 on the return. 24-9 Cal, and poised to deliver what could be just a knockout blow here early in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and I believe Masses is the corner on the play, and the Beaver receiver was working against the safety, but it was the corner that came off of his man and slid underneath and made the interception.
First down, it's High Jr. getting the handoff and in one play after the interception and the excellent return by Masses down to the Oregon State 2 scores. The pass was intended for Bryce Caulfield and was picked off by Hezekiah, who returned the football 41 yards to the 2. And one play later, Brandon High Jr. is in, and Cal leads it 30-9 with 12:02 to play.
And that's where spacing is. That's always, people talk about spacing in your routes, and that's why it's important, because if you have enough distance between the 2 different receivers, then the corner can't come over and make the play when the safety's in coverage. But it was a great play by Masses, don't get me wrong, but obviously a back-breaking play for Oregon State.
The point after try from Chase Meyer is good. 12:02 to play in the 4th quarter. California 31, the Beavers 9. Back with a Cal kickoff after this on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Morning. 1 sausage McMuffin with egg, please.
Okay, your total is...
Wait. let's negotiate. How's about you throw in hash browns for $1?
Well, yes, sir. That price is already $1.
Take it or leave it.
Take it, I guess?
Buy one, add one for $1 on Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash browns, and more with McValue. Most locations open 5 a.m. or earlier. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Oregon Potato Commission has teamed up with Oregon State Athletics to let everyone know how nutritious and performance-enhancing potatoes are. Did you know that potatoes are one of the most nutritious foods you can eat? Potatoes have more vitamin C than a grapefruit and more potassium than a banana. That's why Oregon potatoes are an integral part of the Power Pack diet specifically designed for Oregon State athletes. They serve as a great fuel for athletes, giving them the energy they need to train at their best. As alumni, supporters, and growers, the Oregon Potato Commission is proud to support Beaver Athletics. Go Beavs!
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Beaver Nation has been submitting their community hero stories, and today we want to recognize Richard Wright. Richard is out there making sure our community has power. Linemen rarely get the recognition they deserve for their hard work and dedication, and Richard goes even further by supporting the Boys and Girls Club Albany Christmas Tree Auction each year to raise money for local youth. Thank you, Richard. From First Interstate Bank, proud sponsor of Beaver Athletics.
Mike Parker, Jim Wilson, and Ron Talon back at Reser Stadium. The Beavers trailing Cal 31-9. 12:02 to play in the fourth quarter. If you're on the go and you want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country, there's no better way than to download the free Varsity Network app. The Varsity Network app available on Apple and Android with new features this season. It's easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the Varsity Network app now. 12:02 to play in the fourth. California 31, the Beavers 9. And the crowd has thinned on this Saturday evening, which again was filled with so much anticipation and promise a few hours ago. And California, to their great credit, they played a really good football game, Jimmy, in all phases. The special teams play to end the first half for a 49-yard field goal, and then the punt of 53 down at the 1 put the Beavers back to the 1-yard line. They were showing some life getting out of there, but it's still a long road to go, and things can go wrong when you got 97 yards in front of you, and it certainly did in a big way. And Cal in complete control of the proceedings now at 31-9. Early in the fourth, David Wells Jr. comes up to the 6, looking for a seam at the 20. Down he goes at the 23. All three times David has chosen to return. The Beavers have been a few yards short, in one case 9, of getting to the 25. But it speaks to the situation the Beavers are in, trying to hit something big and quickly in a special teams play. They start the drive at their own 22.
You mentioned special teams, and you mentioned the field goal, which is a big kick for Cal at the time, the punt. But also Jacob De Jesus has returned 2 punts for 49 yards. That's 24.5 yards per return.
Malik Murphy to throw. Gets it out to Taz Reddix on the far of the left sideline. Reddix has the first down across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 16. First and 10 Beavers, and of necessity, the Beavers go tempo now. They don't have time to do anything else, trailing 31-9. Malik in the shotgun, waiting for Van Wells' snap. Tyler Morano was out. He's back in at right tackle. Handoff to Hankerson, and Uluwave from the outside along with T.J. Bush get him down after a short gain to the Oregon State 39. A pickup of 1, second down, and a short 9 for the first. 31-9 Golden Bears. Huge game for both teams. Everybody talking about how important this whole season is for Justin Wilcox. Malik Murphy will run it. He gets the first down after taking the snap. It wasn't a designed run. He ran it for a first down out to midfield for a gain of 11. But, Jim, he can move. He can run. You feel like in the big picture, that needs to be kind of part of this thing.
It's because he can. And the thing is right there, he could have got about 3 or 4 more yards. And getting out of bounds, as far as the clock, makes no difference. Right. The clock keeps running.
At this stage of the game, it certainly does. A gain of 11 to midfield. Malik, after the first down run, throws to the outside to Trent Walker. Trent turns it back up the seam to the inside and gets to the Golden Bear 41-yard line. A gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And the Beavers have a player slow to get up. And that would be Jacob Strand, the left tackle. Tyler Morano at right tackle. Dylan Sikorsky has played some tonight. The Beavers, in fact, right now have Sikorsky in the game as part of the offensive line with Ryan Berger. And
it's going to be Timotheo that comes in and replaces Jacob Strand. I don't know if the tackles are going to flip-flop, as Timotheo is listed as a right tackle, but I'm sure he's just the 3rd tackle and will line up on the left side.
Josiah Timotheo out of the portal is the left tackle. Morano at right tackle. Ryan Berger is at the left guard spot. Malik Murphy comes under center and sneaks and gets the first down, following Van Wells straight ahead to the 36-yard line. Dylan Sikorsky and Ryan Berger inside at the guards for the Beavs, with Zach Card part of the personnel package, with Big Eddie Freoff, who looks the part, moving as part of a trips to the left. Bryce Caulfield right. Salah Allah in the backfield flanking Malik Murphy with 9.5 to play in the 4th. The Beavers down 31-9. Murphy throws it to Salah on the screen, gets to the 30, 25, shakes a tackle at the 20, and is driven out of bounds at the Golden Bear 16-yard line. Gain of 20. Penalty flag down.
Roughing the passer.
And there'll be some yardage tacked on.
After distance goal, automatic first down.
T.J. Bush Jr. called for the roughing. And the Beavers, after a 20-yard well-executed screen pass, will have some penalty yards tacked on.
Really nicely done by a few people, but linemen getting blocks out in the open field. It's one thing to get out there. It's another one to put a hat on somebody. And I thought both of the linemen out front got blocks. And Saladin Allah did a nice job of reading those blocks and making the right cuts.
1st and goal, Beavers after the penalty yardage. Fake to Allah, slant, incomplete. Broken up by Massis, intended for Trent Walker. 2nd and goal for the Beavers at the 8 with 9:11 to play, down 31-9.
I would assume, Mike, if you do score here, you do go for 2, to close it to 31-17. Oh, boy.
And onside,
you never know, Mike. I've seen crazier things, that's for sure.
But you got to get it in to try to give yourself a chance to do crazier things.
Yep, you got to get it in.
Bryce Caulfield shifts from left to right and settles in at tight end. A trips left to the field side on 2nd and goal from the 8. In motion goes Salah Allah. Pass intended for Bryce Caulfield, who tried to catch it with one hand, with Malik Murphy throwing it to the dragging tight end. Broken up by Paco Austin. 3rd and goal for the Beavers from the 8.
Yeah, that ball needs to kind of be up and around the shoulders and let the bigger, taller Caulfield working against a smaller defensive back. Kind of let him use his height and his size to make a play, but the ball was thrown low, where actually the defensive back probably better adept to making the play.
Paco Austin at 5'11", Bryce Caulfield at 6'4". 3rd down and 8. Out of the shotgun goes Malik Murphy. Throws on the slant to Trent Walker. Makes the catch, but down he goes at the 3, leaving the Beavers with a 4th and goal from the 3, down 31-9 with 8:50 and counting down to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, here's the way it works, Mike. You get a touchdown, you get a 2-pointer, and then you do an onside kick.
Yeah,
I think so. Those are...
It's come to that, yeah. And the Beavers are in no particular hurry here. 4th down and goal from the 3. They want to make sure they have the right play dialed up and that everybody's on the same page. Malik goes out of shotgun, flanked by Salah Allah. Walker and Caulfield to the right, going in motion. Taz Reddix from left to right. Malik Murphy is going to keep, and Murphy up the middle. Malik is in. Touchdown, Beavers. Malik Murphy with 2 big runs on the drive. He comes up hobbling a little bit, and I hope he's going to be all right. But
maybe Jabari coming in. I think this is Jabari. I can't see the number, but I think Jabari Johnson's going to run the 2-point play as Malik Murphy. Kind of cavalier with the football. Boy, he looks good.
Yeah.
And once he decided to go, I thought to myself, there's no question.
It's interesting. He ran into one of the officials and then his ankle. It appeared as though he kind of turned his ankle, either trying to avoid contact with one of the officials, the umpire, I think. I don't know if he was trying to dance around the umpire. There was no Cal defender that knocked him into an injury situation, but he came off hobbling a bit. He does score on 4th and goal from the 3. 8:16 to play in the game. 31-15. The Beavers
first charge timeout of the half.
Take a timeout, which is very disappointing in that if you're going to make a remarkable comeback, you'd like to have all of them.
Yeah,
but the
question.
Beavers do spend one here with 8:16 to play. Down 16.
I think they maybe want to get a look. Malik, how can you play? I mean, is this something that we can get you in or no or what? Meanwhile, we are talking, as long as we're talking about quarterbacks hobbling, Devin Brown came in for one play, and we said he kind of hobbled off. They just took him into the locker room, and he was hobbling for sure. That's on the Cal side. And I think the other thing is Ryan Gunderson. Okay, it's a 2-point play, but his mind is in Malik Murphy land, and all of a sudden, okay, it's a 2-point play, but it's Jabari. Okay, do we have the play we want here? So, if it turns into a good decision and a good play that works, it's a good timeout.
Jabari Johnson comes under center. Van Wells with an offset eye. Reichel and Allah in the backfield. Play action fake, and Jabari Johnson is sacked, and the 2-point conversion attempt fails. The Beavers 0 for 2 in 2-point tries, and now need 16 points. If you kick the point there, it gives you the need to get just one 2-point conversion. But
if you make it though, then it's back to a 14-point game.
It's all true. It's all true. But the Beavers do get a touchdown again. They've gotten 2 of those in the second half, but come up empty on the conversion tries both times. 8:16 to play in the 4th quarter. The Beavers do score. We'll have the drive summary when we return. California 31, the Beavers 15. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Pacific Office Automation is an official sponsor of Oregon State Athletics. Let us help you create your total office solution with copiers and printers, security systems and cameras, managed IT and cloud services, unified communications and telephones, including carrier services, plus temperature sensing kiosks and more. The one source for all your office technology solutions. Go to PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Score a touchdown today by joining Oregon State Credit Union, where your money works harder for you. Be more than an account number with member-focused financial advice and money-saving options. We started at Oregon State University. We were born a Beaver. Join Oregon State Credit Union today. Visit one of our 15 branches or join online at OregonStateCU.com/join.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey Beaver Nation, here at Mr. Plywood, we know what it means to build. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Mr. Plywood goes beyond building decks, storage sheds, and fences. We help build the community. We offer family-style customer service with a friendly and knowledgeable staff that will help you with your next project. If you need hardwoods, plywood, fasteners, or help planning your next project, come down and pay us a visit. We would love to help you on your next project.
31-15 California, 8:16 to play. The Beavers will kick it off here in a moment. It's time for our Holt Ag Solutions scoring drive summary. Holt Ag Solutions, grow bold with the straightforward and dependable tractors from Holt Ag Solutions, Jimmy.
Well, the last time I said it was kind of a good news, bad news when it was 12 plays, 84 yards, but 7 minutes. This one was 10 plays, 78 yards, and 3 minutes and 41 seconds. I mean, that I can live with. I mean, you're getting down the field, you're getting in less than 4 minutes.
Malik Murphy with a couple of good runs on the drive, an 11-yard run for a first down. Then Malik going in on the quarterback keeper for 3 yards. Still down 16. And the Beavers won't onside. They kick it straight away, and Jacob Jesus, 4 yards deep, calls for the fair catch and makes it. And California will begin 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line after the kick, and a pretty good one under the circumstances, delivered by Caleb Ojeda, who made a 53-yard field goal in his first field goal attempt for the Beavers. But the Beavs only points in the first half. The Beavs with 2 touchdowns, Jimmy, here in the second half. They have 2 timeouts remaining, 8:16 to play, down 31-15.
You know, Mike, we were talking off air about you look at the stats that were so one-sided early, and they're really kind of closed off.
Well, they're going to change now with Brandon Hyde Jr. getting one of the first big hits in the Cal run game. Brandon Hyde Jr. up to this point, and Hyde Jr. has a first down out to the 47. The longest run from scrimmage for the night right there, 22 yards. Previously, it had been the quarterback himself, Jaron Kiave Sangapolutele, who had gone, actually his was for 25. This goes for 22. So the quarterback, JKS, still with the longest rush play for the Golden Bears. But that gets them out near midfield on first down. And now Hyde Jr. again, the handoff. A short pickup this time, met at the line of scrimmage by Thomas Collins, a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I think that's the second time today that I've looked up at the end of the play and Jordan Spazahavik Moko just laying on top of a Beaver, and then with his arms out, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything.
Mason Minnie joins 2 receivers right to form a bunch to the field side. And now Minnie comes back in motion, settles in at a wing left on 2nd down and 9. A handoff to Hyde Jr. And Dexter Foster helps to get Hyde Jr. down, along with Jacob Schuster filling up the hole as well. The ball taken to the 49-yard line for California, leaving the Golden Bears with a 3rd down and 7 for the first.
Mark the ball right at midfield.
I'm not sure that Cal has converted a 3rd down since the first quarter.
Tajay Mullocks into the game along with Tygee Hill. 3rd and 7 at midfield for Cal. 6.5 to play. Jordan King goes in motion in front of Jaron Kiave Sangapolutele. The Beavers get some pretty good pressure up the middle from Rajon Davis, and the throw in the right flat intended for King is incomplete. 4th and 7 for the Golden Bears at midfield. All things considered, Jim, that's a good sequence for the Beavs, although the big first down run flipped the field for Cal.
Yeah, but the incomplete pass stops the clock, and the Beavers rushed both their linebackers. So Rajon Davis and Dexter Foster came, and there was only one running back. He picked up Foster. That left Davis with a free rush, and there was nothing that JKS could do but get rid of the football.
Brooke Honore, whose last punt was brilliant, penalty flags out, and the Beavers are hopeful that there was a false start.
No, I don't
but
think so.
I think the Beavers jump off sides, which takes it from 4th and 7 to 4th and 2.
Offside, defense with contact, number 26, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
I still think you punt it if you're Cal. That makes no sense to risk.
Field position here.
Yeah. You just sit back, let your defense play.
Right.
If Oregon State's going to score, even if it takes 4 minutes, but to give the Beavers the ball near midfield,
right,
I think would be a bad decision.
They did go for it when you thought maybe they shouldn't have in control of the game and picked up a 4th down earlier, but now it's 4th and 2 from the Oregon State 45. Honore awaiting the snap. One of the big plays of the night was his 53-yard punt, and he sends this one high in the air. Trent Walker calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 12. So not a bad net for the Beavs. Down 31-15, 6:10 to play. A timeout on the field. We'll take one as well and see if the Beavers can find
something.
Magic. They're down 16 with 6:10 to go. We'll see if they can find some magic on what has been a beautiful Saturday night here in the Mid-Valley. This August 30th season opener 2025. Cal 31, the Beavs 15, 6:10 to play. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's game's Benny's Buddies Pet Spotlight. The official fan club of your favorite pet, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, is Benny's Buddies member Bordeaux, a kitten from Portland. This kitten loves to run around his house chasing the laser pointer. Sign your pet up today at osubeavers.com/Benny's Buddies. Each member gets an official social media filter. And Toyota and Oregon State will be giving away collars, leashes, treats, toys, and so much more.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, if you'd like to be able to listen to the game while synced up to your television in the comfort of your own home, we have the answer for you, or at least syncmygame.com does. Go to sync, S-Y-N-C, my game, syncmygame.com to find out how to get the audio and video all synced up. The Beavers are hopeful to be in that kind of mode, in sync, needing 16 points in 6 minutes and 10 seconds, trailing Cal 31-15 in this season opener. Fresno State here next week at 12:30. Fresno State was in a fight for a while, but
down 14-13 at half.
But then they pulled away and dominated in the second half.
Yeah, they scored. They outscored Georgia Southern at home 29-0 in the second half. So 28-point win for Fresno State. They're 1-1. They played in week 0 and got spanked pretty good by a Kansas team in Lawrence, Kansas.
That's next week, 12:30 kick. We kicked at 7:40 tonight amid great festive atmospherics here and anticipation. Those that have stayed, and Cornell Hatcher Jr. is in the game now at the running back, hoping to be part of what would be a gigantic rally for the Beavs down the stretch. With Malik Murphy out of shotgun, throws it to Cornell Hatcher Jr. on the sideline, tried to tiptoe down the right sideline and goes out of bounds at the 16 after a gain of 4.
Yeah, a lot of that tiptoeing was after he'd already stepped out of bounds. Unfortunately, Josiah Timoteo is still at left tackle, so Jacob Strand, who left mid last series, is still out of the football game.
Cornell Hatcher Jr.'s first statistics with the Beavs, 5'11", 214-pound redshirt freshman from Corona, California. 2nd and 6, Murphy out of the gun, throws over the middle, intended for David Wells on the skinny post. Incomplete. In coverage for the Golden Bears was Paco Austin, and now the Beavers with a 3rd and 6 from their 16, 5:38 to play.
And you mentioned that Tyler Morano limped off earlier, and as you look down and you see the big right tackle, his right ankle is heavily taped.
Yes, it is. Van Wells over the ball at center, the king of experience on that offensive line, which sorely inexperienced. The JC transfer now, or junior transfer out of the D1 ranks. Josiah Timoteo is coming in from Nevada on 3rd and 6. Malik Murphy under some pressure throws for Taz Reddix on a crossing route, incomplete. And the Beavers are a quick 3 and out with a 4th and 6 coming, 5:34 to play. Really little choice. I mean, the yardage and distance to go, 4th and 6. They're loath to give the ball up, but they really have to here, it seems, Jimmy.
Yeah, unless there's a fake somewhere. But you look at those big 3 linemen in the back, and you wonder what kind of fake could you really do.
Dylan Black, one of the great storylines for the Beavers in this 2025 campaign, with the accurate snap to A.J. Windsor. Windsor sends the ball towards Jacob DeJesus on the run from left to right, makes the catch, and now comes back left from the 42 to the 40, makes a cut at the 35, now cuts back toward his right and goes down at about the 34.
Just about his average.
Yeah, he's had a great night.
Yeah, no, you punt the ball to number 21. Boy, you got to cover it. And there was a few Beavers, as I watched in coverage, you didn't know where the football was. They thought that DeJesus went to the right, but ultimately he reversed his field, came back, and I didn't get the total on that, but I probably close to a 30-yard return.
42-yard punt. Jacob DeJesus on the return to give California the 1st and 10 at the Beaver 34. Dylan Black coming back after missing all of last year in a fierce fight, a cancer battle. It cost him the entire season. He has been declared cancer-free and back with the team. He stayed with the team throughout the year last year and presented just an incredibly inspiring story for all of his teammates. So the news has been bad for the Beavers tonight. It's not been a good night, but the best news of all is to see Dylan Black, one of the best long snappers the Beavers have ever had, so accurate and consistent, and has been with the team since 2019. Back again this year at his post, as the Beavers long snapper's done an excellent job in that category tonight. On 1st down, Kendrick Raphael up the middle for 3 yards to the Beaver 31. 2nd and 7, 4:35 to play. JKS hands the ball off, running left to Raphael, who gets inside the 30 to the 28, brought down by Skylar Thomas. The Beavers take a timeout. They have one left.
Oregon State, there's their second charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Cal is on their way, Jimmy, with the 3rd down from the Beaver 27-yard line. 3rd down and 3 for the first. Gigantic start for Justin Wilcox and the California Golden Bears. They have done a great job in what we knew was going to be a tougher matchup than I think a lot of folks were thinking about during the lazy, hazy, crazy summer days, when you think, okay, season starting, we're at home. The Beavers are 20-5 over the last 4 years in their own ballpark. Well, California, meanwhile, has been going about their business impressively, somewhat secretively. I think Justin knew he had a good team coming in, particularly on the defensive side with the experience, bringing Brian Harsin back in as the coordinator and giving the reins to a young man by the name of Jaron Kiabe Sangopolatele. And it's all worked very well for the Golden Bears. Handoff to Raphael Jr.
He's short.
And he is short of the 1st down to the 25. The Beavers take their final timeout, I think.
Yes. Oregon State, that's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
4th and 1. 4th and a full one for Cal. And a 1st down conversion, and it's the game over.
Made field goal. I mean, a made field goal makes it a 3-score game.
Yeah, so California on a 4th and 1.
I think they're going to go for the 1st down. I mean, I think that's the play if you're Cal, but I think a successful 4th down conversion or a field goal
pretty much ends the Beavers' hope.
Well, it gives you, it's a 3-score game at about the 4-minute mark.
Right.
But you got to give Cal credit in terms of they played mistake-free football. When I say mistake-free, I mean they didn't turn the ball over. All the big plays that were made, I mean, were made by Cal. And the special teams, they won. They won the special teams.
4th down and 1 for Cal. JKS goes out of shotgun, sends both of his tight ends through the formation from left to right. Now Jordan King comes back the other way. It ends up being a pistol set with Sangapatelli coming under center with a long count, and they don't snap the ball, and they take a timeout.
That's their first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
You think they might kick the field goal now?
Yeah, I just think you go for the 1 yard. I think it's the reason I say don't kick the field goal is potentially a blocked field goal. Right. I mean, for Oregon State, you need I don't want to say a miracle, but you need a crazy play.
Right.
And that would be a way to have a crazy play. Whereas you just, you hand the ball to Brandon High and he doesn't make it. There's not a whole lot of fireworks, but I mean, at least Oregon State still needs to get a couple of touchdowns in 4 minutes.
4:22 left, 4th and 1 for the Golden Bears at the Oregon State 25. 31-15 Cal.
The left tackle, Brandon Moore, is back in the game. He spent most of this game on the sidelines.
Sangapatelli comes under center. Tyson Ruffins. Jeffrey Johnson in motion. A lead play with a tight end and a first down. Straight ahead goes Kendrick Raphael Jr., and that will seal it for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and the Beavers out of timeouts. And, Cal spent a lot of time in this game with 3 tight ends. I'm not surprised. I'm not sure they don't have 4 tight ends. No, just 3, as 87 is a new tight end, 86 and 85. All in the football game. I think they're going to just keep it tight, tackle to tackle here.
Well, it's a tremendous start for the Golden Bears, giving the reins to their true freshman quarterback, who again broke all of the records set by Marcus Mariota and Tua Tagovailoa and Dylan Gabriel in his home state. And he looks to be kind of next in that succession of really great quarterbacks coming off the islands, Jimmy. He had a good ball game. The Beavers did rein him in a little bit. After that electrifying first quarter, the Beavers have done a pretty darn good job with him, in fact.
Yeah, he had over 100, I'm going to check it now, but he had 125 in the first 2 drives. And I'm going to say after the first quarter.
Yeah, I've got it here, Jimmy. After the first quarter, he was 9 for 11 for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And now, about 80 yards over the last 3 quarters. So Oregon State clearly, figured something out and reined that part of it in.
But he looks the part, and a handoff now to L.J. Johnson, who gets a first down to the Beaver 10. First and goal coming up from the 10 with L.J. Johnson picking it up. So for the Beavers, Jimmy, it's Fresno State next week, 12:30. California will be 1-0, hosting Texas Southern and then Minnesota at Memorial Stadium. So in a big year that everybody's talked about, I mean, their GM, Ron Rivera, the chancellor at Cal said, 500 is not good enough. We got to win 8 or 9 games, says Ron Rivera. Well, they're going to be 1-0, and that's a good start in that direction. The Beavers just have to find a way to put together more consistency on offense in particular. L.J. Johnson spilled at the 9-yard line. Takari Hickle, along with Rajon Davis in on the play. Thomas Collins there too.
2-minute timeout.
The 2-minute timeout hits with 2 minutes to play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 9 for the Golden Bears. Leading the Beavers 31-15. We'll be back with the final 2 minutes of this season opener at Reeser after this in the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether it's OSU Game Day or you're getting ready for OSU Game Day, make sure Dairy Mart is on your playlist. With 39 neighborhood stores throughout the Willamette Valley, Dairy Mart has everything you'll need for a great game. Beer and pop, ice, chips, healthy, fresh-to-go snacks, even hot deli items, and your favorite Lock Me dairy products. Stop into your local Dairy Mart and get what you really want for Beavers Game Day.
Dairy Mart is here, man. Dairy Mart's right here.
On the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield.
Go Beavs!
Beaver football is on the air.
Cheering the Beavs to victory just isn't the same when you're not at the game. Experience the action live in Corvallis. From the Beaver Walk to tailgating traditions at Reeser Stadium. But don't stop there. Extend your stay in beautiful Corvallis, where you'll find everything from a hop and craft brewery scene to wineries and great local eats. It's easy to plan your trip at visitcorvallis.com. So book all your home game weekends today and don't miss a beat of Beaver football fun. Visit Corvallis. Come for the game, stay to play.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. California leading the Beavers 31-15. The Golden Bears will have a second and goal from the 9. Jaron Kiabe Songa Polotele doing a tremendous job. 6'3", 225-pound true freshman from Eva Beach. Devin Brown came from Ohio State in the transfer portal after 3 years in the Ohio State program. Only played in 9 games, but he still looked. I mean, you get recruited there to play quarterback. You're good by definition.
He was a four-star guy out of high school,
and he appeared as though he was going to be the guy to get the job coming back from Gilbert, Arizona. And you said a lot of things gave all of us a reason to be a little nervous, but one of them was the fact that Devin Brown was beaten out by this true freshman kid who tonight in his debut, 20 for 30, 234 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the longest run from scrimmage tonight for Cal, a 25-yard scamper. He's been good, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's handled the game.
Yeah.
That part of it looks real good. He looks polished that way. And he threw a lot of balls. He threw his receiver, his first touchdown pass, he threw his receiver open. Kind of well guarded, and he threw it to where the receiver would go get it and score a touchdown. He threw some good passes that were, his receivers did a nice job for him.
Yeah.
But I can't remember too many balls throughout the entire contest where the ball was sort of in danger.
Mm-hmm. Of being intercepted.
Yeah.
He took good
very safe with his passes.
He works out a shotgun here on second and goal from the 9. And a handoff following the left side of the line goes L.J. Johnson Jr. And the clock running, third down and goal from the 8, a gain of 1. 142, 141 and counting down. The Beavers can't stop the clock, and I wonder here
I don't think they're going to try to score.
You don't?
When I say try to score, I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground. And if they go two play, if they get nothing here on third, they're just going to do it again on fourth.
If they score, they score. But
if they score, they score. But I don't think they're going to put the ball in the air.
JKS comes under center. They're heavy left. Now Johnson goes in motion. Turn and give to L.J. Johnson. Digs his legs down to the 5-yard line. Fourth and goal from the 5. 105, 104, 103 and counting down. The Beavers are out of timeouts. It's a somber Beaver sideline. It's a thinned out Oregon State crowd. It is not the Saturday night of the start that any of us were looking for. I'm sure it's going to be a difficult Labor Day weekend coming up.
They might. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, Trent and the Beavs will try to find their way back. The play clock.
They're going to let it go, I think, and then I think they're going to take a knee. I think the last offensive play in terms of running a play has occurred. I think Justin Wilcox, and I'll give him credit. I mean, so many coaches in this day and age, they worry about the
timeout, Cal.
The end numbers and the stats and all those things. I think they're going to take a knee.
Cal takes a timeout, fourth and goal from the 5. We'll take our final timeout, come back and tell you what happened next. 31-15 Cal on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front 7. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or kohls.com for details.
Hear that? The crowd's going wild for all the end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event. Going now until September 2nd. Woo-hoo!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyota, let's go places.
In a rather surprising move, but a successful one as it turns out, Chase Meyer is sent out to attempt a 23-yard field goal on 4th and goal from the 5, and he drilled it straight down the middle. So with 20 seconds to play, California leads the Beavers 34-15 and are lining up to kick with 20 seconds to play to kick the ball away to the Beavers with Abram Murray, who hit a 49-yarder in one of the key plays of the game as time was running out in the first half. He drives his kick out of bounds in front of the Beaver sideline. And the Beavs with 20 seconds to play down
Kick off
19.
Out of bounds. Kicking team, ball be placed at the 35-yard line.
We'll
First and 10.
We'll have the ball at the 35. The voice of Gary Patterson. We've had no replay reviews tonight. When we do, and they surely are coming, Close Shave Instant Replays brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. But none occurred in tonight's ball game. No reviews. The Beavers, no timeouts, down 19. Handoff to Cornell Hatcher, who had his first reception as a Beaver. He gets a first down rushing here out to the 45-yard line for a gain of 10. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, and counting down to play in the game. And I think the Beavers, they could, and they're just going to let it run out, Jimmy. Carson Boschman was part of the personnel package. The clock down to 0, and California, with just a sparse crowd still remaining on this Saturday night at Reeser, comes in and stuns, I think, the fans and the Beavs by the dominating nature of the victory. Final score, California 34, the Beavers 15. Our postgame show coming up on this late Saturday night after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a Beaver fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to Beavs Mobile, you're leaving points on the field. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Beavs Mobile contributes to OSU athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Beaver Nation and powered by T-Mobile. Visit beavsmobile.com.
Hello, is this Pacific Source Health Plans?
This is a health plan.
I'm trying to reach Pacific Source. I know I'll get a person on the phone when I call them.
What do you think I am?
I mean, you sound like a person.
That's what counts.
Automated systems can do a lot, even sound a lot like people. What automated systems can't do is offer the quality our members rely on, empathy. When you call Pacific Source Health Plans, you'll talk to a person who cares.
What did you say your name was?
Nexa 9000.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance protects small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is Oregon State Beavers football on the Beavers Sports Network.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Cheering the Beavs to victory just isn't the same when you're not at the game. Experience the action live in Corvallis, from the Beaver Walk to tailgating traditions at Reser Stadium. But don't stop there. Extend your stay in beautiful Corvallis, where you'll find everything from a hop and craft brewery scene to wineries and great local eats. It's easy to plan your trip at visitcorvallis.com. So book all your home game weekends today and don't miss a beat of Beaver football fun. Visit Corvallis. Come for the game, stay to play.
On the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Beaver Football Postgame Show, presented by McDelivery, McDonald's, the official breakfast of the Beavs. Have your McDonald's favorites delivered right to your door with McDelivery. Also brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota Let's Go Places, and by Pacific Source Health Plans, doing what's right, not just what's required.